is coming water deep, till Turin wakes again from sea.
Good day. Do a little fun. Play my new game. Listen to some Hobbit audiobook while we build some bases.
The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Chapter 1. An Unexpected Party.
An unexpected party.
In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit. Not a nasty, dirty, wet hole, filled with the ends of worms and an oozy smell, nor yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat.
Check my chat real
was a
quick.
hobbit hole, and that means comfort.
I need to move
It had a
chat.
perfectly rounded door, like a porto, painted green, with a shiny yellow brass knob in the exact middle. The door opened onto a tube-shaped hall like a tunnel, a very comfortable tunnel without smoke, with panelled walls and floors tiled and carpeted, provided with polished chairs and lots of pegs for hats and coats. The hobbit was fond of visitors. The tunnel wound on and on, going fairly but not quite straight into the side of the hill. The hill, as all the people for many miles around called it, and many little round doors opened out of it, first on one side and then on another. No going upstairs for the hobbit. Bedrooms,
There we go.
bathrooms,
Hello,
cellars,
Psychotic.
pantries, lots of
Let me know if the audiobook is too loud.
He had whole rooms
Or not loud
devoted to
enough.
clothes. Kitchens, dining rooms were all on the same floor, and indeed on the same passage. The best rooms were all on the left-hand side, going in, for these were the only ones to have windows, deep-set, round windows, looking over his garden and meadows beyond, sloping down to the river. This
On bug.
hobbit
Find
was a
credit.
very
Does it?
well-to-do hobbit.
Yes, it
His
does.
name was Baggins.
We'll see if we get copyrighted strike.
Lived in the neighborhood of the hill for time out of mind, and people considered them very respectable. Not only because most of them were rich, but also because they never had any adventures or did anything unexpected.
Mornberg.
You could tell what a Baggins would say on any question without the bother of asking him.
Thought I'd play some audiobook
This is a story of how a Baggins had
while we
found himself doing and saying things
building
altogether
the
unexpected. He may have lost
Mines
some
of
respect,
Moria.
but he gained.
I hope we get to
You will see whether he gained anything in the end.
I hope we get to
The mother of our
The
particular hobbit. What is
Bridge of
I suppose
Khazad-dûm.
hobbits need some description nowadays, since they have become rare and shy of the big people.
Okay, so this is where
They are, or were, a little people, about half our height, and smaller than the bearded dwarves. Hobbits have no beards.
no.
There is little or no magic about them, except the ordinary, everyday sort, which helps them to disappear quietly and quickly when large, stupid folk like you and me come blundering along, making a noise like elephants which they can hear a mile off. They are inclined to be fat in the stomach. They dress in bright colors, chiefly green and yellow. Wear no shoes, because their feet grow natural, leathery soles, and thick, warm brown hair like the stuff on their heads. Which
These are the videos that I the playlist I sent to you, by the way.
good-natured faces, and laugh deep, fruity laughs, especially after dinner, which they have twice a day when they can get it. Now you know enough to go on with. As I was saying, the mother of this hobbit,
They're
that is,
the Lord of the Rings one and the Hobbit ones are dramatized, so they have sound effects, voice acted, music, but they're the full books too.
it was often said, in other families, that long ago,
One of the two ancestors must have taken a fairy wife.
that was of course absurd, but certainly there was still something not entirely hobbit-like about them. And once in a while, members of the Took clan would go and have adventures. They discreetly disappeared, and the family hushed it up. But the fact remained that the Tooks were not as respectable as the Bagginses, though they were undoubtedly richer. Not that Belladonna Took ever had any adventures after she became Mrs. Bungo Baggins. Bungo, that was Bilbo's father, built the most luxurious hobbit home for them, and partly with her money, that found either under the hill or over the hill or across the water, and there they remained to the end of their days. Still, it is probable that Bilbo, her only son, although he looked and behaved exactly like a second edition of his solid and comfortable father, got something a bit queer in his makeup from the Took side. Something that only waited for a chance to come out. The chance never arrived, until Bilbo Baggins was grown up, being about 50 years old or so, and living in the beautiful hobbit hole built by his father, which I've just described to you.
We'll see,
Until he had, in fact,
Doors of
apparently
Durin.
settled
No!
down
You all freaked out here? You're like, goddamn.
by some
You thought these were our brother and I?
long ago in the quiet of the world, when there was less noise and more green, and the hobbits were still numerous and prosperous, Bilbo was standing at his door after breakfast, smoking an enormous long wooden pipe that reached nearly down to
Doors
his
of Durin,
toes,
not while the strange,
brushed.
cursed runes lie upon them. I'll find another way.
Gandalf, if you had heard only a quarter of what I've heard about him, and I have heard only very little of all there is to hear, you would be prepared for any sort of remarkable tale.
You know, I wasn't too fond of,
Ended up all over the place wherever he went, in most extraordinary fashion. He had not been down that way under the
I wasn't too fond of, they are our brother. I mean,
Took died, in fact.
they look a little,
Almost forgotten.
they look a little too tall. I'm just saying.
He had been away over the hill and across the water on
But I wasn't too fond of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
small hobbit boys and hobbit girls.
I did not like the way Peter Jackson did it.
Bilbo saw that morning was an old man with a staff. He had a tall, pointed blue hat, a long grey cloak, a silver scarf over which his long white beard hung down below his waist, and immense black boots.
Good morning.
Said Bilbo, and he meant it. The sun was shining, and the grass was very green. But Gandalf looked at him from under long, bushy eyebrows that stuck out further than the brim of his shady hat.
What do you mean?
He said,
Do you wish me a good morning? Or mean that it is a good morning whether I want it or not? Or that you feel
I'm gonna start saying that to people
or that it is a morning to be good on?
when they wish me a good morning.
said Bilbo.
Annoy the fuck out of them.
Fine morning for
It's
a
got pros and cons. I'd love to see more poetry and songs in the theatrical release.
sit down and have a
Oh,
cup of cider.
and The Hobbit. I just didn't like
Day before us.
how
Then
he
Bilbo sat
stretched it
down
out
by his door,
into 3 movies, or how he was. I always heard he was forced
smoked, that
to stretch it out into
and floated away over the hill.
into 3 movies. But regardless, I just, as long as a big baddie, I mean, I think they could have done
For someone to share
a lot
an adventure
different
I'm arranging.
stuff, I guess.
Very difficult.
I just didn't like the changes in the story.
I should think so.
No.
Oh, we're a plain quiet folk.
Talk about the Hobbit trilogy.
Disturbing uncomfortable things and make
No, I think
anybody sees in them.
I agree. There might have been more poetry and songs would have been nice if it could fit in. But I like the way that he did it as is because it helps with the driven story.
Wanted them to go away.
I get The Hobbit because it's more of a children's. It was more of a children's book, whereas the
At the hobbits without saying
the Lord of the Rings books were adults, if you will, young adults, if you will. So I could see less of that kind of like mystical children's like singing, you know.
By this, he meant that the conversation.
Lindsay Ellis covers the situation around The Hobbit. Good video essay YouTuber if you don't know him. I don't. I'll have to look at it.
That you want to get rid of me. Then it won't be good till
Might change my mind.
No, none at
But as of right now, those are my feelings on the situation.
I don't think I know your name.
Yes, my dear sir. And I do know your name, Mr. Bilbo Baggins. And you do know my name, though you don't remember I belong to it. I am Gandalf. And Gandalf means me. To think I should have lived to be good morning to my Belladonna too.
Okay, let's get moving. Your torch is out.
Buttons at the door.
Gandalf! Good gracious me! Not the wandering wizard that gave old Took a pair of magic diamond studs that fastened themselves and never came undone until ordered? Not the fellow who used to tell such wonderful tales at parties About dragons and goblins and giants and the rescue of princesses and the unexpected sons? Not the man that used to make such particularly excellent.
Can I? Will this pause?
Remember those? Oh, Took used to have the one
No, it
on
won't.
Christmas Eve. Splendid. Oh, they used to go up like great
Few more
lilies
guys
and
press
dragons
G.
and
Bring up the
wild
goals.
lilies
Oh, G.
and hang in the twilight all evening.
That's the easy way to bring it up.
You'll notice already that Mr. Baggins was not quite so prosy as he liked to believe. Also, that he was very fond of flowers.
Dear me.
He went on.
Not the Gandalf who was responsible for so many quiet lads and lasses going off into the blue for mad adventures. Anything from climbing trees to visiting elves, or sailing
You're
in
right.
ships, sailing
It's
to
time
other
to find
shores.
shelter before
Bless me,
making
I
our
used to be
way.
quite interested. I mean,
I
he
will scout
used to
ahead.
upset things badly in these
Stay
parts once upon a
alive.
time. I beg your
With
pardon.
luck,
I had no
we'll
idea you were
exit
still
the
in business.
Dimrill Gate.
Where else should I
For
be?
now,
Said the
we
wizard.
must face the long
All the
dark
same,
of
I'm
Moria.
pleased to find you remember something about me. You seem to remember my fireworks
Okay,
kindly,
so he's leaving.
and that is not without hope.
I need a better
Your old
weapon for
grandfather
this.
Took's sake,
No, you don't.
and for the sake of
So
poor
we got meat
Arizona,
there,
I will
meat
give you
there.
what
I
you
need
ask
one
for.
more
I beg your pardon?
thing of
I'm
meat.
lost for anything.
Twice now.
So you can recustomize dwarf, so I changed things. Oh, nice. So we sound a little different now.
I will go so far as to send you on this
I do
adventure.
like
Very amusing for me.
I do like the way that it's built so far.
Too, very likely. Rather get over it.
Sorry, I don't want any adventures, thank you. Not today. Good morning. But please come to tea anytime you like. Oh, why not tomorrow? Come tomorrow. Goodbye.
With that, the hobbits turned and scuttled
I think what I'm gonna
inside the
do
green door and shut
is I
it.
think I will place a wood pallet here
After all,
and test to see if we can use the wood else over there.
he said to
That way we
himself as
know
he went to the pantry
how far. I'm assuming we can, because I think this whole area is considered.
to drink of something would do him good.
I think this whole area is useful.
In the meanwhile, was still standing
Sunyan.
outside his door. and
Rebuild the
working
old
along
camp.
very quietly. After a while, he stepped up, and with the spike on his staff, scratched a queer sign on the hobbit's beautiful green front door. Then he strode
Oh, I see. You sent it.
just about the time
Perfect.
when Bilbo
Yeah, I'll
was
take a look at it.
finishing his second cake,
I saw.
beginning to think that he had escaped adventures very well.
Can I bring this down?
The next day,
Okay, I'm gonna read some of these works. So Durin's axe. I found a parchment in an elvish hand. Durin's Day, TA 2989. Balin has sent 5 of us to establish outposts in the far corners of Moria. Here we begin our search. The orcs. Orcs survived. It was too much to hope that the orcs of Moria marched to war and never returned. They either survived or never left. How many orcs still plague these mountains is uncertain. There is enough that they have an orc town. I overheard them planning to watch me. I will keep my weapon sharp and ready. Okay. Foul goblins haunt my steps, yet refuse to directly engage in a fight. Is this what their boss told them to do? To what end? Sleep will be difficult. There are eyes in the dark around every corner. Cursed runes. Someone or something has gouged a cursed rune onto the inside of the gate. This is why Gimli's company couldn't get to the doors of Durin open from the outside. Evil shadow exudes from it, blocking any from approaching. This could be why there are piles of dead orcs. Sweet. Build the old camp. Prepare for the long dog. Eric found no other survivors, no way out. Time to make shelter, eat a meal, and forge. What do you need? Okay, let's start our...
he had almost forgotten about Gandalf.
Okay, so rebuild the hearth.
Well, unless he put them down on his engagement tab.
Let's rebuild that.
This.
Gandalf, tea, when is it?
Yesterday, he had been too flustered to do anything of the kind.
Perfect.
Just before tea time, there came a tremendous ring on the front
building.
doorbell, and then he remembered. He
Bedroll.
rushed and put on the kettle, and put out another cup and saucer, and an extra cake or two, and ran to the door.
I am so sorry to keep you waiting.
He was going to say, when he saw that it was not Gandalf at all. It was a dwarf with a blue beard tucked into a golden belt, and very
Okay.
bright eyes under his dark green hood.
Let's craft some roasted meat. Let's roast some meat.
Inside, just as if he
Let's
could
rest.
sense it. He
We'll
hung
eat it
his
when we get up.
on the nearest peg.
My ox is restless.
Wallen, at your service.
He
Okay.
said with a low bow.
Bilbo Baggins, that yours?
said the hobbit, too surprised to ask any questions for the moment.
Get coal.
When the
Okay.
silence that followed had become
So we have coal here.
he added,
I'm
Let's.
just about to take tea. Pray, come and have some with me.
a little stiff perhaps, but he meant it
Oh.
kindly. And what would you do if an
Okay.
uninvited dwarf came and hung his things up in your hall without a word of explanation? They had not been at table long. In fact, they had hardly reached the third cake when there came another even louder ring at the bell.
Excuse me, said the hobbit,
Can we
And off he went
build?
to the door.
So you've got here at last.
Let's build a
That was
wood
what I
pallet.
was going to say to
So we have
Gandalf this
a bunch
time,
of wood.
but it was not
Not
Instead,
wood.
There was a very old-looking dwarf instead, with a white beard
Stone
and a
pallet.
scarlet hood. And he too hopped inside
Build
as
near
soon
a
as the door
hearth.
was open,
Okay.
just as if he had been invited.
So we need a
We have
hearth.
begun to arrive
So it needs to be near a
He
hearth.
said when he caught
How
sight of
close-
Dwalin's green hood hanging up.
How close is
He
near?
hung his red one next to it, and
Balin, at your service.
he said with his hand on his breast,
So it's gotta be. Okay, so it's gotta be over here.
said Bilbo with a gasp. It was not the correct thing to say, but they have begun to arrive had flustered him badly. He liked visitors, but
So
he
let's-
liked to know them before they arrived, and he preferred to ask them himself. He had a horrible thought that the
Yes.
quest might run short, and then he,
So that's essentially what it
he
is.
knew his duty and stuck to it, however painful. He might have to go without.
Come along in and have some tea.
He managed to say after taking a deep breath.
A little beer would suit me better, if it is all the same to you, my good sir.
Said
I
Balin
need
with
a
the white
better
beard.
weapon
But I
for
don't mind
this.
some cake.
I need a better weapon for this.
Bilbo found himself
Okay,
on
so
to
let's
his own surprise,
build.
and he
Let's
found
see, wood
himself stumbling
flare.
off too, to the cellar to fill a pint beer.
Uh,
and then to a pantry to fetch two
B.
beautiful round seed cakes,
go.
which he had baked
Let's
that
do a
afternoon
wood
for his
pallet.
after-supper morsel. When he got back,
Here.
Balin and Dwalin were talking
Let's
at the table like old friends.
do
As a matter of fact, they were brothers.
stone
Bilbo
pallet.
put down the beer and the cake in front of them, when loud came a ring at the bell again, and then another ring.
I should attach it to the
Gandalf's
wall.
certain this time.
He thought as he puffed along the passage. But it was not. It was two more dwarves, both with blue hoods, silver belts,
Stone
and
pallet
yellow
there.
beards, and each of them
Coal
carried a bag of
pallet.
tools and a spade. In they hopped as soon as the door began to open.
Here.
Bilbo was hardly
Okay.
surprised at all.
Ah, what can I do for you, my dwarves?
He said,
Keely,
Chest.
said the one,
and Feely.
added the other.
Wood
And
chest.
they both swept off their blue hoods
Let's do
and
that
bowed.
here.
Yours and your families.
Replied Bilbo, remembering his manners this time.
Dwalin and Balin here already, I see.
There.
Said Keely.
Let us join the throng.
Wrong.
Thought
We'll
Mr. Baggins.
put
I don't like
clothing
the sound
straps,
really
mushrooms,
must sit down for a
onions.
minute.
So let's
Collect
put
my wits.
onion,
of that. Have a
mushrooms.
drink.
Keep stone with us.
He had only just
Fragments.
had
We'll
to
keep
sit
this stuff with
in the
us.
corner while the four
Stack
dwarves
some
sat
wood.
around the table and
Let's
talked
put
about
that
mines
away.
and
Put
gold
that
and
away.
troubles with the goblins and the depredations of dragons and lots of other things which he did not understand and did not want to, for they sounded much too adventurous.
Okay.
When ding dong a ling lang,
Ding
his
dong
bell
a ling
rang again,
lang.
as if some naughty little hobbit boy was trying to pull the handle off.
Build a furnace.
Someone at the door.
He said, blinking.
Some four, I should say, by the sound.
Said Feely.
Besides, we saw them coming along behind us in the distance.
The poor little hobbit sat down in the hall and put his head in his hands and wondered what had happened and what was going to happen. And if they would all stay to supper. Then the bell rang again louder than ever, and he had to run to the door. It was not 4 after all. It was 5. Another dwarf had come along while he was wandering.
Let's go mine. Oh, you know what? Before we mine,
before they were all inside,
let's.
bowing
I want to
and
build
saying,
some walls for when we get attacked.
one after another. Dori, Nori, Ori, Owen, and Glowin.
Stone
were their
barrier.
names. And very soon, 2 purple hoods, a grey hood, a brown hood, and a white hood were hanging on the pegs. And off they marched with their broad hands stuck in their gold and silver belts to join the others. Already, it had almost become a throng.
What's the gold mean? Does the gold mean it closes?
And some for porter, and one for coffee, and all of them for cakes. So the hobbit was kept very busy for a while. A big jug of coffee had just been set in the hearth.
I think that's
Tea
good
cakes were
enough.
on, and the dwarves were starting on a round of buttered scones when there came a loud knock. Not a ring, but a hard rat-tat on the hobbit's bureau. beautiful green door, somebody was banging with a stick. Bilbo rushed along the passage, very angry, and altogether bewildered and bewildered. This was the most awkward Wednesday he ever remembered. He
Okay,
pulled
we'll
open
see if
the door
that
with a
protects
jerk,
us.
and they all fell in, one on top of the other. More dwarves, 4 more. And there was Gandalf behind, leaning on his staff and laughing. He had
Standing
made quite a
torch.
dent on the beautiful door.
We have one there. We have one there.
Knocked out the
Let's
secret
put
key
some.
put there the morning before.
We'll put one
Carefully, carefully.
He said,
It is not like you
here.
to keep friends waiting on the mat and then open the door like a pop gun. Let me introduce
Here.
Biffa, Bofa, Bomber, and especially Thorin.
At your service. At your service.
At your service.
said Biffa, Bofa, and
There.
Bomber standing in a row. Then they hung up 2 yellow hoods and a pale
There.
green, and also a sky blue one with a long silver tassel.
There.
This last belonged to Thorin. an
Okay,
enormous
so that looks good.
In fact, no other than the great Thorin
Do
Oakenshield
one
himself,
here.
who was not at all pleased at falling flat on Bilbo's
One
back,
there.
with Biffa, Bofa, and Bomber on top of him. For one thing, Bomber was immensely fat and heavy. Thorin indeed was very haughty, and said nothing about service. But poor Mr. Baggins said he was sorry so many times that at last he grunted
Pray, don't mention it.
and stopped frowning.
Now we are all here.
Said Gandalf, looking at the row of 13 hoods, the best detachable party hoods, and his own hat hanging
I
on
don't like
his
that
head.
placement.
What a merry gathering. I hope there is something left for the latecomers to eat and drink. What's that? Tea? No, thank you. A little red wine, I think, for me. And for me.
Said Thorin,
And raspberry jam and apple tart.
said Biffa,
And mince pies and cheese.
said Bofa,
And pork pie and salad.
said Bomber,
And more cakes. And ale. And coffee. Don't mind.
called the other dwarves
Okay.
through the door.
Put on a few eggs.
So I think that's good enough.
Gandalf called after him as the hobbit stumped off.
I'll
to
light
the
that up
pantry.
later.
And just bring out the cold chicken and
So find an iron ore vein. Oh, let's go eat.
Seems to know as much about the inside of my larders as the
Could be heading out soon.
Thought Mr. Baggins, who was feeling positively flummoxed and was beginning to wonder whether a most wretched adventure had not come right into his house. By the time he had got all the bottles and
You know
dishes
what?
and knives and forks and glasses
Yeah, we'll
and
wait.
plates and spoons and things piled up
We'll
on the
build our
big
next
trays,
one.
he was getting very hot and red in the face and annoyed.
Well fed.
confustigated
Perfecto.
these dwarves.
He said aloud,
Why don't they come and
Alright, let's go mine, baby.
lo and behold,
Quiet.
there stood
I
Balin
see
and
prey
Dwalin at
ahead.
the door of the kitchen, and Feely and Keely behind them. And before he could say knife, they had whisked the trays and a couple of small tables into the parlor and set out everything afresh. Gandalf sat at the head of the party
If a
with the
spider
13 dwarves
skidded
all round.
across my camp,
And Bilbo
a
sat on
terrible
a
day
stool
it
at
had
the fireside,
she.
nibbling
If a
at his
spider
biscuits,
skidded
his
across
appetite
my
taken
camp,
away,
a terrible
and
day
trying
it
to
had
look as if this was
she.
all
I'm
perfectly
a
ordinary,
feisty
and
fool
at
with an
least an
empty
adventure.
fork, and if she would
dwarves
not
ate and
flee,
ate,
she
and
would
ate
wind up
and
caught in an 8-leg
time
knot.
got on.
Spider for dinner
At
for
last, they pushed their chairs
me.
back, and Bilbo made a move to collect the plates and glasses.
I suppose you will all stay to supper?
He said in his politest, unpressed tones.
Of course.
Said Thorin,
And after. We shan't get through the business till late. And we must have some music first. Now to clear up.
thereupon, 12 dwarves, not Thorin, he was too
I keep seeing ore frenzy and I think it's orc frenzy.
to their feet, and made tall piles of all the things. Off they went, not waiting for trays, balancing columns of plates, each with a bottle on top, on one hand, while the hobbits ran after them almost squeaking with fright.
Please be careful, and please don't trouble I can manage.
But the dwarves only started to sing.
I'm like, orc frenzy. It's that damn E. It's so small.
And of course they did none of these dreadful
What?
and everything was cleaned and put away safe as quick as lightning, while the hobbit was turning round and round in the middle of the kitchen, trying to see what they were doing. Then they went back, and found Thorin with his feet on the fender, smoking a pipe. He was blowing the most enormous smoke rings, and wherever he told one to go, it went. Up the chimney, or behind the clock on the mantelpiece, or under the table, or round and round the ceiling. But wherever it went, it was not quick enough to escape Gandalf. Pop! He sent a smaller smoke ring on a short clay pipe straight through each one of Thorin's.
The classic jump in mine.
And come back to hover over the wizard's head. He had a cloud of them about him already, and in the dim light, it made him look strange and sorcerous. Bilbo stood still and watched. He loved smoke rings, and then he blushed to think how proud he had been yesterday morning of the smoke rings he had sent up the wind over the hill.
Now for some music,
Said Thorin.
bring out the instruments.
Keely and Phoebe rushed for their bags and brought back little fiddles. Dory, Nori, and Ori brought out flutes from somewhere inside their coats. Bomber produced a drum from the wall.
Let's
Bifur and
go.
Bofur went out too.
Get all that
and
shit.
came back with clarinets that they had left among the walking sticks.
Okay.
Balin and Balin said,
Excuse me,
I left mine in the porch.
just bring mine in with you.
said Thorin. They came back with viols as big as themselves,
Oh shit.
and with Thorin's harp wrapped in the green cloth.
There's
It was a beautiful golden harp. And when Thorin struck
Oh,
it,
yes.
the music began all at once.
You're
So
right.
sudden and sweet that Bilbo forgot everything else.
Durin's bane
He
is
was swept away into dark lands and strange regions, far over the water, very far from his hobbit home under the hill. The dark came into the room from a little window that opened on the side of the hill. The twilight flickered. It was April, but still, while the shadow of Gandalf's beard waved against the wall. Dark filled all the room, and the fire died down, and the shadows were lost. And still
Nice.
it played on. And suddenly, first one and then another began to sing as they played. Deep-throated singing of the dwarves in the deep places of their ancient homes.
Not the deep-throated
a
singing.
Muznakan to a family of old. I'll return the missing figures. Order them.
Dark things sleep in hollow holes beneath the fells, for ancient king and elvish lord, and many a gleaming golden board they shaped and wrought, and light they called to hide in gems on hills of sword, on silver necklaces they strung the flowering stars. On crowns they hung, the dragonfly
I love when they're singing and cleaning the dishes.
and caverns old. We must away ere break of day to claim our long forgotten gold. Goblets they carve there for themselves, and harps of gold, where
The Hobbit songs are more poetic.
a song was sung unheard by elves. The pines were roaring on the heart. The winds were mourning in the night. The fire was red, it flaming spread. The trees like torches blazed with light. The bells were ringing in the dale, and men looked up with faces pale. The dragon's eye, more fierce than fire, laid low their towers and houses frail. The mountains smoked beneath the moon. The dwarves they heard the tramp of doom. They fled their home to die in fall. Beneath his feet, beneath the moon, far over the misty mountains grim. Dungeons deep
What outline?
and caverns dim. We must away ere break of
Just
day.
decorating the area.
In our hearts and go from here.
As they sang, the hobbits felt the love of beautiful things
In the build menu near the hearth, orange line dots. Oh, maybe.
fierce and jealous love,
That?
the desire of the hearts of dwarves.
Those are orange lines?
Then something
Maybe.
foolish
It's
woke
leading that way.
wished to go and see the great mountains,
From
hear the
here.
pine trees and the waterfalls, and
So it's
explore
connecting me to
places
something.
where
Maybe it's
swords
the
and no
mission?
weapons stick. He looked out of the window. The stars were out in the dark sky above the trees. He thought of the jewels of the dwarves shining in dark caverns. Suddenly,
Oh,
a flame lapped
I see what you're saying.
someone like
So this whole area is the area for the hearth.
plundering dragons
Mhm.
circling on its
I think so.
and kindling it all.
Like the range.
He shuddered. And
It very well could be.
he was playing Mr.
That's actually a good...
Bag
I
End
see.
under him.
So this whole area is where I can put, like,
He got up
supplies and shit.
He had less than half a mind to fetch
That makes sense.
and more than half a mind to pretend to, and go and hide behind the beer barrels in the cellar, and not come out again until all the dwarves had gone away. Suddenly, he found that the music and the singing had stopped, and they were all looking at him with eyes shining in the dark. Said Thorin, in a tone that seemed to show that he guessed both halves of the hobbit's mind.
What about a little...
All right, let me go.
Bilbo apologetic.
We like
Let me go grab some iron ingots. Make a sword
down for business. Then
before we venture too far away.
Of course.
Said Bilbo, and sat down in a hurry. He missed the stool and sat in the fender, knocking over the poker and shovel with a crash.
Hush!
Said Gandalf,
Let Thorin speak.
and this is how Thorin began.
Gandalf, dwarves, and Mr. Baggins. We are met together in the house of our friend and fellow conspirator, this most excellent and audacious hobbit. May the hair on his toes never fall out. All praise to his wine and ale.
He paused for breath and for a polite remark from the hobbit, but the compliments were quite lost on poor Bilbo Baggins, who was wagging his mouth in protest at being called audacious and, worst of all, fellow conspirator. Though no noise came out, he was so flummoxed. So Thorin went on.
We are met to discuss our plans, our ways, means, policy, and devices. We shall soon before the break of day start on our long journey. A journey from which some of us, or perhaps all of us, except our friend and counselor, the ingenious
Maybe I can't break this.
may never return.
Oh,
It is solemn.
just takes a while.
Our object is, I take it, well known to us all. To the estimable Mr. Baggins, and perhaps to one or two of the younger dwarves. I think I should be right in naming Keely and Feely, for instance. The exact situation of the moment may require a little brief explanation.
This was Thorin's style. He was an important dwarf. If he had been allowed, he would probably have gone on like this until he was out of breath, without telling anyone there anything that was not known already. But he was rudely interrupted. Poor Bilbo couldn't bear it any longer. At "may never return," he began to feel a shriek coming up inside, and very soon it burst out like the whistle of an engine coming out of a tunnel. All the dwarves sprang up, knocking over the table. Gandalf struck a blue light on the end of his magic staff, and in its firework glare, the poor little hobbit could be
I'll
seen
destroy
kneeling on
you
the hearthrug,
first!
shaking like a jelly that was melting. Then he fell flat on the floor and kept on calling out,
Lightning! Struck by lightning!
over and over again. And that was all they could get out of him for a long time. So they took him and laid him out of the way on the drawing room sofa with a drink at his elbow. And they went back.
Let's see if they can break that. Let's rebuild this.
They sat down.
It's funny and queer fits, but it's one of the best. One of the best. Fierce as a dragon in a pinch.
If you have ever seen a dragon in a pinch, you will realize that this was only poetical exaggeration applied to any event, even to old Tuke's great granduncle Bilbo.
Ooh, we can get a shield early. Let's do that.
Ride a horse,
And let's do that.
charged the ranks of
and that.
warriors at Mount Grant
Perfect.
in the Battle of the Green Fields, and knocked that King Golfimble's head clean off with a wooden club.
Oh.
Sailed 100 yards through the air and went down the rapids. And in this way the battle was
So it
won,
looks like
and the game
they have a hard time breaking this.
in the meanwhile, however, Bull Rory's gentleness was reviving in the drawing room.
Hey,
For a while,
quit attacking my
nervous
fucking
this is what
shit, bro.
fluency.
Come here, bro. Little shits.
The sign on the door, I should have been sure we had come to the wrong house. As soon as I clapped eyes on the little fellow foaming and puffing on the mat, I had my doubts.
So they destroyed that. Okay.
Then a bumper.
So I think this is what we're gonna do.
Then Mr. Baggins turned the handle and went in. The Tuke side had won. He suddenly
Let's
felt
section
no
this
longer
off.
bed and breakfast to be thought fierce. As for little fellow bobbing on the mat, it almost made
That would be interesting. However, I don't know.
time afterwards, the
That would
Baggins
make sense if they if the Nemesis engine was used. But I don't know if they used the Nemesis engine.
Pardon
And I
me,
doubt it.
he said,
If I've overheard
But that
words
would be
you were
fucking.
saying,
That'd be pretty sick.
I don't pretend to
I'd be
understand
down for
what
that.
you're talking about, or your reference to burglars,
Um,
but I think I am right in believing
This is what he called being on his dignity.
that you think I am no good. I will show
let's
you.
do a stone
The
barrier.
signs on my door, it was painted
We'll
a
do
week
it
ago. I'm
starting.
quite sure you have come to the wrong house. As soon as I saw your funny faces on the doorstep, I had my doubts. But treat it as
Change
the right
height. L
one. Tell
shift
me
up.
what you want done, and I will try it. If I have to walk from here to the east of the east to fight the great wereworms in the vast
Can't.
desert. I had a great granduncle once, Bullroarer Took, and
Yes, yes, but that was long ago.
Said Glowin.
I was talking about you, and I
Build near a hearth. Aw, damn. Okay.
door. The usual
So I can't close this off unless I build another hearth.
wants a good job. Plenty of excitement.
I could build a hearth here in the middle.
That's how it's
How much is a hearth?
You can say expert treasure instead of burglar
No.
if you like.
Okay.
Some of them do. It's all the same to us. Gandalf told us that there was
So what I
a man
can
in
do,
these parts looking for a job at once.
what I
He
can,
had
what I
arranged
can
a
do.
meeting here this Wednesday. tea
Camp
time.
hearth.
Of course
Oh,
there is a
coal.
mark.
That's not bad.
I
Stone
went there
hearth.
myself for very good reasons. Who asked me to find the 14th man for your expedition, and I
Okay.
chose Mr. Baggins. Just let anyone say I chose the wrong man or the wrong house, and you can stop at 13 and have all the bad luck.
Let's try that.
Or go back to digging coal.
He scowled so angrily at Glowin that the dwarf
Don't I
leaned
have-
back in his chair. And when Bilbo
Do I not have
tried to
coal?
open his mouth to ask a question, he turned and frowned at him and stuck out his bushy
Oh, I
hand.
guess I used all my coal. Shit, I need more coal.
Tight with a snap,
That's right.
said Gandalf.
Let's have
Okay.
no more arguments. I have chosen Mr. Baggins, and that ought to be enough for
It's on
all.
your other palette?
If I say he is a burglar he is.
Oh, this one. Wait, no.
There's
No?
a lot more in him than you guess, and a great deal more than he has any idea of himself.
Coal palette. I only have one.
Possibly. All lived.
I destroyed the other one.
Now, Bilbo, my boy, fetch the lamp, and let's have a little light on this.
On the table, in the light of
Yeah.
the lamp with a red shade,
The original one was
a
there.
piece of parchment.
I gotta go find some more coal.
This was made by
I'll come back.
your grandfather.
He said in answer
I wonder.
It is a
I wonder if I'll find some coal over here. That's stone, rock,
help as much, said Thorin disappointedly after a glance.
stone.
Remember the mountain well, and the land about it. And I know where Mirkwood is, and the Withers Mead, where the great dragon's bred.
Stone.
Said Balin.
But it will be easy enough to find him without that, if we ever arrive there.
There is one point that you haven't noticed,
Said the wizard.
and that is the secret entrance. You see that rune on the west side, and the hand pointing to it from the other runes? That marks a hidden passage.
Let's get through here.
It may have been secret once,
Said Thorin.
but how do we know that it is secret any longer? Old Smaug has lived there long enough now to find out anything there is to know about those caves.
He may, but he can't have used it for years and years.
Why?
Because it is too small. 5 feet high the door, and 3 may walk abreast, say
Alright.
the runes.
The dark.
But Smaug
So head back.
would not
Rock
think
and
to
stone,
go
brother.
that fast, Not even when he was a young dragon.
Yeah.
Certainly not after devouring so many of the dwarves and men of Dale.
Got got plenty of rock and stone. Just not enough fucking
Who
coal.
had no experience of dragons, and only of hobbit holes. He was getting excited and
Which is not good.
so that he forgot to keep his mouth shut. He loved maps, and in his hall there hung a large country round with all his favourite dwarfs marked on it in red ink.
How could such a large door be kept secret from everybody inside, apart from the dragon?
Oh, I need to make. Look, you can make coal at the hearth. Can I?
Hobbit, you must remember.
Oh, you can.
In lots of ways.
Ah, 25 for one?
This one has been hidden, we don't know without going to see. From what it says on the map,
I don't think that's worth it.
there is a closed door which has been
I think I'm better off just fucking looking for one.
the mountain. That's the usual dwarves method.
Okay.
That is right,
Let's
isn't it?
collect 9 iron ingots.
Said Thorin.
No fuel.
Went on Gandalf.
I forgot to
Craft. Okay, so we got that.
went
That's
a
fine.
key. A small and curious key. Here it is.
He said.
Iron hammer.
And handed to Thorin a key with a long
Let's make
barrel
that.
and intricate words made of silver.
Keep it safe.
Indeed.
Keep it safe. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Thorin. fastened it upon a fine chain that hung about his neck and under his jacket.
Now things begin to look more hopeful. This news alters them much for the better. So far, we have had no clear idea what to do.
Okay.
We thought of
Let's
doing
cook.
this as quiet and careful as we could, as far as the Long Lake. After that, the trouble would begin.
Let's do some medley skewers.
If I know anything about the roads east.
Interrupted Gandalf.
We might
Rest?
go from there, up along the river running,
Went on Thorin, taking no notice.
and so to the ruins of Dale, the old town in the valley there, under the shadow of the mountain. But we, none of us, liked the idea of the front gate. The river
Oh,
runs
fed?
right out of it through the great cliff at the south of the mountain. And out of it comes the dragon too, far too often. Unless he has changed his habits.
No, that would be no good.
Said the wizard.
Not without a mighty warrior, even a hero. I tried to find one, but warriors are busy fighting one another in distant lands. And in this neighborhood, heroes
Okay.
are scarce or simply not to be found. Swords in these parts are mostly blunt, and axes are used for trees, and shields as cradles or dish covers. And dragons are comfortably far off, and therefore legendary. That is why I settled on burglary, especially when I remembered the existence of a side door. And here is our little
Alright, let's
Bilbo
go check this
Baggins,
area.
the burglar, the chosen and selected burglar. So now, let's get on and make some plans.
Very well then.
Said Thorin.
Supposing the burglar
There's a statue.
gives us some ideas or suggestions.
He turned with mock politeness
Huh?
to Bilbo.
Oh, E.
First, I should like to know a bit more about things.
Said he, feeling all confused.
Kills
and
armor.
rich
Okay, so it
in
looks like it might be the
so far,
same.
Still tookishly determined to go on with things.
I mean about the gold and the dragon and all that, and how it got there and who it belongs to and so on and further.
Bless me!
Said Thorin.
Haven't you got a map? And didn't you hear our song? And haven't we been talking about all this for hours?
All the same, I should like it all plain and clear.
Said he obstinately, putting on his business manner, usually reserved for people who try to borrow money off him, and doing his best to appear wise and prudent and professional, and live up to Gandalf's recommendation.
Also, I should like to know about risks, out-of-pocket expenses, the time required and remuneration and so forth.
By which he meant, what am I going to get out of it? And am I going to come back alive?
Of course not.
Oh, very well.
Said Thorin.
Long ago, in my grandfather Thor's time, our family was driven out of the far north, and came back with all their wealth and their tools to this mountain in the west. It had been discovered by my far ancestor, Thrain the Old, but now they mined and they tunneled, and they made huger halls and greater workshops, and in addition, I believe they
Fragments.
found a good deal of gold.
I need to find
great
a
many jewels,
coal
too.
vein.
Anyway, they grew immensely rich and famous, and my grandfather was king under the mountain again.
I need that one coal vein that you found.
Men
With like an almost unlimited supply of coal.
up the running river as far as the valley covered by the mountain.
I wonder
They built the
if...
very town of Dale there in those days. Kings used to send for our smiths.
Let's get rid of the axe. I'll start using the axe.
Richly. Fathers would beg us to take
To-
our sons
to
as
break shit.
apprentices and pay us handsomely, especially in food supplies, which we never bothered to grow or find for ourselves. Altogether, those were good days for us, and the poorest of us had money to spend and to lend, and leisure to make beautiful things just for the fun of it, not to speak of the most marvelous and magical toys, the like of which is not to be found in the world nowadays. So my grandfather's halls became full of armor and jewels and carvings and cups.
Okay.
The toy market of Dale was the wonder of the north. Undoubtedly that was what brought the dragon. Dragons steal gold and jewels from men and elves and dwarves wherever they can find them. And they guard their plunder as long as they live, which is practically forever unless they are killed, and never enjoy a brass ring of it. Indeed, they hardly know a good bit of work from a bad.
Sweet.
They usually have a good notion of the current climate,
Another one.
and they can't make a thing for themselves.
Okay, there's the
not even
war
build
axe.
the loose scale of their armor. There were lots of dragons in the north in those days. Gold was complete.
Dwarf remains.
With
Honor.
dragons flying
Ooh.
south or getting killed, and all the general waste and
Hero
destruction
spirit.
dragons make going from bad to
Okay. So that's where those are our brethren. So the brethren we honor.
and wicked work.
All the other dead ones are
One day, he flew up into the
all the other dead ones are fucking orcs or something
heard
else.
a noise like a hurricane coming from the north, and the pine trees on the mountain creaking and cracking in the wind. Some of the dwarves who happened to be outside. I was one, luckily. A fine adventurous lad in those days.
Ah, here we go.
And it saved my life that day.
Cool.
Well, from a long way off, we saw
There's a
the
bat up there.
cyclone our mountain in a spout of flame. Then we came down the slopes.
I thought that was in the game for a second. I started thinking, I was like, I really hope that's the audiobook.
Dragon waiting for me. The river rushed up in steam and a fog fell one day. And in the fog, the dragon came on them and destroyed most of the warriors. The usual unhappy story was only too common in those days. Then he went back and crept in through the front gates and routed out all the halls and lanes and tunnels, alleys, cellars, mansions, and passages.
Oh, inventory's full.
Dwarves left alive inside. He took all the wealth for himself. Probably
okay.
that is the dragon's way. He
I'll come back.
piled it all up in a great heap far inside and sleeps on it for a bed. Later, he used to crawl out of the great gate and come by night into Dale and carry away people, especially maidens, to eat. Until Dale was
Because I got a plan. So I could put a hearth, small... I don't know how big the... We can test it, I guess. I don't know how big the...
what goes on there now. Father.
The fire increases my land area,
Near
but...
the mountain at the far edge of the long lake nowadays.
Stone, metal fire. Okay, so put those away, put that away.
Fields that were well outside
We can keep that to
sat
eat.
and wept in
Cool.
light.
We can put that away. So let's put
Then
that
we were
down
unexpectedly
here.
joined by my
Put that away, put that
father,
away.
grandfather with singed
Put
beards.
cloth straps away, put
They
that
looked very
away.
grim.
We need like 5 of those hero
When
tokens.
I asked how they had gone away, they told
Or
me to
coal.
hold my tongue, and said that
Closet or
one day,
coal.
in the
Perfect.
proper time, I should know. After that, we went away, and we have had to earn our livings as best as we could up and down the lands, often enough sinking as low as blacksmith work, or even coal mining. But we have never forgotten our stolen treasure. Even
Now let's go pick up our shit.
I will allow, we have a good bit laid by and are not so badly off.
Here, Thorin stroked the gold chain round his neck.
We still need to get it back, and to bring our curses home to Smaug.
Smaug. Let's kill this fucking... Let's free this bat and kill it.
About my father's and my grandfather's escape. I see now. They must have had a private side door which only they knew about.
I wish I could free him and then have him as a pet. That'd be cool.
And I should like to know how Gandalf got hold of it, and why it did not come down to me, the rightful heir.
I did not get hold of it. I was given it.
Said the wizard.
Your grandfather, Thrall, was killed, you remember, in the mines of Moria by Azog the Goblin.
Curse his name, yes.
Said Thorin.
And Thrain, your father, went away on the 21st of April, 100 years ago last Thursday.
There we go.
Has ever been seen by you since.
True.
Said Thorin.
Well, your father...
Farm patch. Let's go.
And if I have chosen
Okay.
my own time and way for handing it
Let's see how
over,
big this
God will
fire
obey,
gets.
Considering the trouble I had to find you. Your father
So,
his own name when he gave me
if
the
we
kingdom.
put the fire...
It's yours. It's on the whole, I
So
think
this is pretty well lit.
thanks. Here
If
it
we
is.
put the fire... Well, I guess we could put the fire here.
I don't understand.
Camp hearth.
And Bilbo felt he would have liked to say the same. The explanation did not seem to explain.
Let's try the camp hearth.
Your grandfather
Said the wizard slowly and grimly.
gave the map
Here.
to his son.
Oh god, that is extremely
Went to
small.
the mines of Moria. Your father wanted to try his luck
Okay.
with the map after your grandfather was killed, and lots of
hey, Bubbles.
adventures of a most unpleasant sort.
Yeah, that is extremely small.
But he never got near the mountain.
Oh,
How he got there, I
Bubbles.
don't know. But
So what I can do...
a prisoner
get rid of
in
that.
the dungeons of the necromancer. Whatever were you
Dungeon
doing
of the
there?
Necromancer.
With a shudder, and all the dwarfs shivered.
Never
So if I want to close it off,
I was finding things out.
let me see.
And a nasty,
We have-
dangerous business it was. Even I, Gandalf, only just escaped.
This is 18,
I tried to
15,
save my
20.
father, but it was too late.
And if I build 3 of those, oh yeah, it's better just to do a stone hearth.
Almost everything except the map and the key. We have long ago.
So if I do a stone hearth,
Moria, said Thorin.
I could do one.
Necromancer. Don't be absurd.
Hey, what do you,
Here's
Bubba's?
an enemy far beyond the powers of all the dwarves put together. If they could all be collected again from the four
What,
corners
Bubba's,
of the world,
get off,
the one whom your
get off the
father
keyboard.
for his son to read the map and use the key. The dragon and the mountain.
Oh my God.
Big enough tasks for you.
Oh no.
Hear, hear, said Bilbo, and accidentally said it aloud.
Hear what?
They all said, turning suddenly
My
to
keys just switched.
so flustered that he answered,
Here, what
Uh
I must say.
oh. My cat just fucked up my shit.
Well, I should say that.
My WAS key, W,
After
yeah.
all, there is the side door.
Uh,
Trains must sleep sometimes, I suppose.
Shit.
If you sit on the doorstep long enough, I dare say you will think of something. And
Uh-oh.
well,
How?
I think we have talked long enough for one night. If you see
Oh,
what I
okay.
mean.
Oh, that's
What about
FN
the
key.
garden and
Okay.
the stars and all that?
Whew, the shield, yeah.
Good breakfast before you go.
Oh, okay.
said Thorin.
Aren't you the burglar? And isn't sitting on the doorstep your job? Not to mention getting inside.
I guess I can do a stone hearth here,
But I agree about bed and breakfast.
and then I can
I like
cover
6
this whole
eggs in my
area.
ham when starting on a journey. Fried, not poached.
You think that would be useless?
After all the others had ordered their breakfast,
That would give me kind of this whole area to work with. I could do one there, that'll cover both halves,
and filled
and then I could do one here. This would give me this whole area to kind of like create as my fortress.
and went to his own little bed.
Let's
Very
do that.
tired and not altogether happy. One thing he did make his mind about was not to bother to get up very early and cook everybody else's wretched breakfast. The tookishness was wearing off, and he was not now quite so sure that he was going on any journey in the morning.
Where shall we
As he lay in
place
bed,
it?
He could hear Thorin still humming to himself in the
Guess I could do it in here. Yeah, let's do it here. So if I go build stone hearth, there. Okay, so now we should be able to.
went to sleep with that in his ears, and it gave him very uncomfortable dreams. It was long after the break of day.
Stone barrier. Oh. Aw, are you fucking kidding me? So it only. What? That's not that big at all. It goes that way.
Chapter 2. Roast mutton.
About to make iron forge here with all these hearts. I know, seriously.
Jumped Bilbo, and putting on his dressing gown, went into
Can I
the
destroy it?
There
I don't like
he
that.
saw nobody, but all the signs of a large and hurried breakfast. There was a fearful mess in the
Yes.
and piles of unwashed crocs in the
Okay.
kitchen.
Yeah, I don't
Nearly
I don't
every
like that
pot and
placement.
pan he possessed seemed to have been used. The
How about we
washing
place
seemed
it-
visibly real, but Bilbo was forced to believe the party of the night before
Let's
had been part
can
of
we
his
burn?
bad dreams,
Can't burn
as
that,
he
huh?
had rather hoped. Indeed, he was really relieved after all to think that they had all gone without him.
I guess I could just do it in the middle here.
But with never a thank you, he thought. And yet, in a way, he could not help feeling just a trifle disappointed.
So now
The feeling surprised him.
we can go
Don't be a fool,
stone barrier.
He said to himself.
Thinking of
We can
finding some of
go-
that outlandish nonsense at your age.
So he put on an apron, lit fires, boiled water, and washed up. Then he had a nice little breakfast in the kitchen,
There.
turning out the dining room. By that time, the sun was shining, and the front door was open, letting in the warm spring breeze.
There.
Bilbo began to whistle loudly, and to forget about the night before. In fact, he
There.
was just sitting down to a nice little second breakfast in the dining room by the open window when in walked
There.
Gandalf.
But dear fellow,
There.
Said,
whenever are you going to come? What about an early start? And here you are having breakfast or whatever you call it. at
Change
10:30.
height.
They left you the message because they could not wait.
What message?
said poor Mr. Baggins all in a fluster.
Great elephants!
Said Gandalf.
You are not at all yourself this morning. You have never dusted the mantelpiece.
What's that got to do with it? I've had enough to do with washing up for 14.
If you had
Maybe you can't cross the street. Yeah, I guess not.
found this just under the
It's
clock.
not a chicken.
Said Gandalf.
Stone barrier,
handing
stone
Bilbo the
wall.
note, written, of course, on his own notepaper. This is what he read.
Thorin and company to burglar Bilbo greeting.
Oh, come
For
on.
your hospitality, our sincerest thanks. And for your offer of professional assistance, our
What if I get rid of
terms, cash
this?
delivery, up to and not exceeding 1/14 of total profits, if any. All traveling expenses guaranteed in any event. Funeral expenses to be defrayed by us or our representatives, if occasion arises and the
There you
matter
go.
is not otherwise arranged for. Thinking it unnecessary to disturb your esteemed repose, we have proceeded in advance to make requisite preparations, and shall await your expected person at the Green Dragon Inn, Bywater, at 11 a.m. sharp. Trusting that you will be punctual, we have the honor to remain yours deeply, Thorin and company.
That leaves you just 10 minutes. You will have to run.
Said Gandalf. Said Bilbo.
No time for it.
Tell her thank you. I appreciate it.
To the end of his days.
I'm trying to
outside without a hat
block this off, but
or anything that he usually took when he
I'm
went
almost wondering if I should just... It might be easier...
up, pushing his keys into Gandalf's hands and
What I might have to
running as
do...
fast as his furry feet could carry him down the lane, past the Great Mill, across the water,
stone wall.
and then on for a mile or more.
What I might have to do is...
Bywater just on the stroke of 11, and found he had come without a pocket handkerchief.
Because if they're here, can they...
Said Barnum.
I wonder if they can run across there,
Just then,
right?
all the others came around the corner of the road.
So I need to block this off somehow. So they can get up... Can they get up there?
Packages, parcels, and
I don't think they can. Because it doesn't seem like they can climb.
apparently for Bilbo.
So it doesn't look like they can actually get up there.
Off we go.
So we might be fine. They can get up here, but they can't get up there.
But I've come without my
And they
hat.
can't... Oh,
I left
maybe
my
actually.
handkerchief behind it, and I haven't got any money.
Hmm.
I didn't get your note until after 10:45 to be precise.
Let's put some standing torches here.
Don't worry. You will have to manage without pocket handkerchiefs and a good many other things before you get to the journey's
And we'll
end.
put one
As for the hats, I've got a spare hood and cloak in my luggage.
here.
That's
We'll
how
put
they
this
all
one
jogging off from the inn one
here.
fine morning just before May.
We'll go to dismantle. We'll dismantle that.
Dark green hood, a little weather-stained, and a dark green cloak borrowed from Dwala.
We'll
Whoops,
dismantle
What his father Bunga would have thought of him, I don't
that.
know. His only comfort was he couldn't be mistaken for a dwarf, as he had no beard.
Okay, so you can't run up that. They can't run up that. So this is pretty well
Gandalf
closed
very
off.
splendid on a white horse. He had bought a lot of pocket handkerchiefs and Bilbo's pipe and tobacco.
So they can't even get
as he went along
over
the
here
road,
anyways.
and
The only
they
problem
told
is if they
stories
come
of
through
silent
here.
songs as they rode forward all day,
They
except,
can't...
of course, when they stopped for meals.
They can't run up here,
As often as Bilbo would have liked,
but they can.
still, he began to feel that
run up
adventures were not
this
so
way.
bad after all.
So what we can do
At first, they had passed through Hobbit
is we can
respectable
destruct
country
that.
inhabited by decent folk, with good roads, an inn or
Let's
two,
get
and now and then a dwarf or farmer ambling by on
stone
business.
barrier,
Came to lands where people spoke strangely,
and we'll
and
do
sang songs
this.
Bilbo had never heard before. Now they had
Okay,
gone on far into
looks
the
good,
lowlands,
looks good.
where there were no people left, no inns.
So technically they can't get up here now.
Not far ahead,
So it
were
looks
three
like-
hills, rising higher and higher, dark
It looks like we're pretty well covered.
On some of them were old castles with an evil look.
And then
as
I'll
if they
close
had
it off
built by
here.
wicked people. Everything seemed gloomy, for the weather that day had taken a nasty turn. Most
Perfect.
It had been as good as May can be.
Not
can be.
not completely perfect, but it works out. There's a little lip there.
Now it was cold and wet.
And I think
In the
that
lowlands,
covers
it
us
had been
now. I
obliged
think
to
we're
camp
pretty
out,
well protected.
but at least it had been dry.
To think it'll soon be June.
So what I can do
Grumbled Bilbo as he splashed along behind the others in the very
is now I can do a
It was pouring with rain and had been all day. His hood was dripping into his eyes, his cloak was full of water, the pony was tired and stumbled on stones.
meal
The others
table.
were too grumpy to talk.
And I'm sure the rain has got into the dry clothes and into the food bags.
Thought Bilbo.
All the burgling and everything to do with it.
Meal table there.
Wish I was at home in my nice hole by the fire.
I'll do. I won't do a bedroll out here.
Not the last time that he was
So now I can cook. Medley. I can actually cook roast meat. Let's cook that.
somewhere behind the grey clouds. The sun must have gone down.
While that cooks, let's do standing torches. So we're gonna do. We'll do one. Actually,
Along its banks, bent and sighed. Fortunately, the road went over
we'll do
a
wall
stone
torches.
bridge, for the river, swollen with
I think
rain,
wall torches would look better,
rushed
maybe.
down from the hills and mountains.
Although they might be able to attack the wall torches, so let's not do the wall torches. Let's do standing torches.
The wind
We'll do
broke
standing
up the grey
torch
clouds, and a wandering
there.
moon appeared above the hills between the
And we'll
flying
do
clouds. Then
one
they stopped, and Thorin muttered something about supper.
there.
And where shall we get a dry patch to sleep on?
And we'll
Not until
deconstruct
then
that.
did they notice that Gandalf was missing.
Perfect.
So far,
So
he's
this
come
is
all the way.
pretty well lit. It's not super bright, but it's pretty well lit, I would say.
Talked most and laughed
This is ready to eat, so we'll eat this real
simply
quick.
not there at all.
It's nighttime, so we're gonna have to go into rest soon.
Groaned Dory and Nori, who shared the hobbits' views about regular meals.
So let's go back here.
They decided in the end that they would have to camp where they were.
Standing
They
torch.
moved
So
to a
let's
clump of
do.
trees, and though it was drier under them,
So we got one there.
shook the rain off the leaves, and the
Let's get one.
was most annoying.
Actually, you could probably just do fucking wall torches. It'd probably make more sense to do wall torches here.
Dwarves
So
can
we'll
make
do
fire
one
almost anywhere out of almost anything, wind or
here,
rain. But they could not do it that night. Not
here.
glowing and glowing in the
I don't know
sunshine.
if enemies spawn in the darkness,
Then, one
which
of
is why I want it so lit. But that's kind of my idea behind it being so lit or well lit. Is I don't know if it's like Minecraft where they just pop, you know?
it was mostly food, and there was mighty little left for
They'll
supper
just fucking spawn out of nowhere.
breakfast. There they all sat, glum and wet and muttering.
See if this breaks. I don't know if it will though.
Bilbo went on trying to light the fire and quarreling about it. Bilbo was sadly reflecting that adventures are not all pony rides in May sunshine. When Balin, who was always their lookout man, said, there was a hill some way off with trees on it, pretty thick in parts.
Doesn't look like.
Out of the dark mass of the trees, they could see a light shining,
Wait to recover. I'll try again.
as it might be a fire or torches twinkling. When they had looked at it for some while, they fell to arguing. Some said no.
I'll waste some stamina again. If this doesn't break, then I know we can't break stone with this pickaxe.
Less breakfast and wet clothes all the night.
Hello, cat.
Others said,
Hello, cat.
Are none too well known, and are too
If not, we're getting stone.
Travelers
which is
seldom
good.
come this way now. The old maps are no use. Things have changed for the worse, and the road is unguarded. They have seldom even heard of the king around here. And the less inquisitive you are as you go along, the less trouble you are likely to find.
some said,
After all, there are 14 of us.
others said,
Okay. Does it look like we can break it?
This remark was
So we'll
repeated.
do
Then the rain
wall
began to
torch
pour down worse than ever.
up there.
And Glowin began to fight. That settled it,
After all, we have got a
Hello,
cloud with
Bubbas.
us.
they said. And so they made off, leading their ponies, with all due and proper caution, in the direction of the light. They came to the hill.
This is pretty dark.
soon in the wood. Up the hill
Do one
they
there.
went, but there was no proper path to be seen, such as might lead to a house or a farm. And do what they could, they made a deal of rustling and crackling and creaking, and a good deal of grumbling
that
and
there.
chatting as they went through the trees in the pitch dark.
Do that there.
The red light shone out very bright through the tree trunks not far ahead.
It's cold.
They said, meaning Bilbo. You must go on and find out all about that light.
Okay.
What is sworn before the said Corinthian.
Can I build back here? Probably not, huh?
Quick fall as well.
I want to try to protect
If you can. If you can't,
protect this as much as possible.
once like a screech owl, but we will do what we can. Off Bilbo had to
Protect it here, though.
He could explain that he could not hoot even once like any kind of owl any more than fly like a bat. But at any rate, hobbits can move quietly in woods. Absolutely quietly. They take a pride in it. And Bilbo had sniffed more than once at what he called all this dwarf's
Perfect.
racket, as they
Okay, that should protect
though I don't
just in
suppose
case they
you
come
or
through that
I
area.
notice anything at all.
Which means I can now deconstruct this.
Cavalcade had passed 2 feet off.
I'm probably not even gonna be at this place long, but this will be my big fucking. This will be my nice big fortress, hopefully. Stone archway.
So, naturally, he got right up to the fire, for fire it was, without disturbing anyone. And
Nice. Okay, okay, it's looking good. It's looking good. Stone archway, stone wall, stone window. Let's do windows.
they were toasting mutton on long spits of wood, and licking the gravy off their fingers. There was a fine
I don't know if a window's gonna work there. I mean, I guess a window could work there, but I'm too short.
out of jugs,
And
but they were trolls.
I think if I remember correctly, it's kind of like a waypoint, right?
Great heavy faces of them, and their size and shape of their legs, not to mention their language, which was not
So I can. Okay, perfect. Let's break down this wall. Yeah, I think it's like a waypoint, isn't it? Can you travel between locations?
Don't look like mutton again tomorrow.
said one of the trolls.
Never a blinking bit of man flesh.
Oh, the trolls.
Long enough.
This is a good part.
The second.
What the hell William was a thinking of to bring us to these parts, it all beats me. And the drink running short, what's more.
He said, jogging the elbow of William, who was taking a pull at his jug. William choked.
Shut your mouth.
He said as soon as
Shut
he heard
your mouth.
Expect folk to stop here forever just to
Fuck.
be out by you and Bert. You've had a village and a half between you since we have come down from the mountains. How much more do you want? And time's been up our way when you'd have said, thank you, Bill, for a nice bit of fat valley mutton like what this is.
he took a big bite off the sheep's leg he was roasting, and wiped his lips on his sleeve. Yes,
Okay,
I
so
know
now we can
trolls
do
behave like that.
stone window.
With only one head each. After hearing all
There.
this, Bilbo ought to have done something at once. Either he
And
should have gone back quietly and warned his friends that there were 3 fair-sized trolls at hand in the nasty mood, quite likely to try roasted dwarf, or even pony for a change. Or else he should have done a bit of good quick burgling.
There.
A really first-class and legendary
yeah.
at this point have picked the
How does
troll
that look?
spits. It is nearly always worth
Pretty
the
good,
while
eh?
if you can manage it. Pinched the very mutton off the spits, purloined the beer, and walked
like it.
off without their
I like it.
noticing him. Others more practical, but with less professional pride.
Now we can go.
To each of them before they observed it. Then the
I'm
next
spending too much time on this. Let's do a wall
Bilbo
torch.
knew it. He had
I love
read
these
many
wall
things he had
torches.
never seen or done.
We'll do one above the window.
And he
Dawn is at hand.
miles away, and yet,
Let's do one
he could not go straight back to Thorin and Company
up here,
empty-handed.
and we'll do
So
one
he
above the
stood and
window.
hesitated in the shadows.
Give it a little bit of
Various burglarious proceedings he had heard of
a glorious look.
seemed the least difficult. So at last he crept behind a tree just behind William. Bert and Tom went off to the barrel. William was having another drink. Then Bilbo plucked up courage and put his little hand in William's enormous pocket.
Can
There
I
was a purse in it.
destroy
and
this?
back to Bilbo. Ha! Thought he, warming to his new work as he lifted it carefully out.
I can.
This is a beginning. It was.
Okay,
Troll's purses
so
of mischief, and this was no exception.
1, 2, 3.
It squeaked as it left the pocket, and William turned around at once and grabbed Bilbo by the neck before he could duck behind the tree.
Blimey, Bert, look what I've copped.
Said William.
What is it?
Said the others.
What
going up.
easy?
Let me if I knows. What are you?
Bilbo Baggins, a burger, a hobbit.
Said poor Bilbo, shaking all over and wondering how to make owl noises before they throttled him.
A burr hobbit?
Said they, a bit startled. Trolls are slow in the uptake, and mighty suspicious about anything new to them,
What's a burrow hobbit got to do with my pocket, anyways?
said William.
If these pillars, civil engineers are gonna be happy. Imagine I remove a few of the pillars, and then the whole fucking thing collapses.
He wouldn't make more
I think that looks good. That looks pretty even.
Who had already had a fine supper.
Dude, I'm making this shit look beautiful.
there are more like him round
Let's clean this up.
we might make.
Now I'm on a fucking mission.
Here, you. Are there any more of your sort of sneaking in these?
That's
little
fine.
nasty little
We could probably get rid of this.
Hobbit's furry feet, and he picked him up by the toes and shook him.
Dude, I'm making this shit look gorgeous, bro.
Before he remembered not to
Now
friends,
it's gonna bother me.
he said immediately
Let me finish building this, and then I'll move on to traveling outwards.
by the hair this time,
What I say?
said Bilbo, gasping.
And please don't cook me, kind sirs. I am a good cook myself.
So,
Cook better than I cook. If
oh god damn it! Oof.
I'll cook beautifully for you. A perfectly beautiful breakfast for you. If only you won't have me for supper.
Poor little blighter.
said William. He had already had
Okay.
as much supper as he could hold.
I think you know what I'm gonna do now.
Lots of beer.
Poor little blighter, let him go.
Poor little
Not
blotter.
till he says what he means by lots and none at all.
Clean up this dirt.
I don't want to have me throat cut in me sleep.
I'm tired.
Hold his toes in the
I'm tired.
box and he talks.
I know.
Won't have it.
I know.
Said William.
I'll quit
What's
him
my?
anyway.
You're very tired. Total stamina reduce. Rest to restore energy. That's fine.
As I've said afore
That's
this
fine.
evening, and you're allowed
As long as I don't die, I'll be fine.
from you, Billiggins.
Says Bert, and puts his fist in William's eye.
I might do a repair smithy down there.
Gorgeous row. Bilbo had just enough wits left when
Let's
Bert
do
took
stone
them
barrier.
the way of their feet before they were fighting like dogs and calling one another all sorts
There.
of perfectly true and applicable names in very loud voices. Soon they were locked in one another's arms and rolling nearly into the fire, kicking and thumping, while Tom whacked at them both with a branch to bring them to their senses. And that, of course, only made them madder than ever. That would have been the time for Bilbo to have left. But his poor little feet had been very squashed in Bert's big paw, and he had no breath in his body, and his head was going round. So there he lay for a while, panting, just outside the circle of firelight. Right in the middle of the fight, up came Balin. The dwarves had heard noises from a distance, and after waiting for some time for Bilbo to come back or to hoot like an owl,
Gotta close that gap.
one by one, to creep towards
It'll work.
the light as quietly as they could.
Yeah.
Balin come into the light.
I like to see these motherfuckers try to get in my fortress. Imagine they just come in and break all of this.
He detested the
I'd be so sad. I'd be so sad.
Bert and Bill stopped fighting immediately.
Let's do
Quick!
They said, before Balin, who was wondering where in all this
Let me put up
Bilbo was,
a last few things and then I'll rest.
was over
Wall
his
torch.
head, and he was down.
So we'll do wall torch.
There's more to come yet,
Said Tom.
or I'm mighty mistook. Lots and none at all it is.
Said he.
No burrow hobbits, but lots of these
There we
here
go.
dwarves. That's about the shape of it.
I reckon you're right,
Said Bert.
and we'd best get out of the light.
Okay.
And so they did. With sacks in their hands that they used for carrying off mutton and other plunder, they waited in the shadows.
Okay.
As each dwarf came up and looked
That's fine. It'll probably bother me later, but
surprise. Pop went a nasty smelly sack over his head, and he was down. Soon
Nice.
Balin lay
Okay.
with Balin, and Fili and
I
Kili
think-
together, and Dory and
I
Nori
think we're
and
good.
Nori all in a heap, and Oin and Glowin and Biffa and Bofa and Bomber piled uncomfortably
put away some stuff.
That'll teach them.
said Tom, for Biffa and Bomber had given a lot of trouble, and fought like mad, as
Coal.
dwarves will when cornered.
There. Bat droppings. We'll keep bat droppings.
He came expecting
Condense our stone.
didn't need to see his friend's legs sticking out
We
of
have.
to tell him that things were
Let's
not
grab some
He stood
wood
outside in the
scraps.
shadows some way off.
Stone. That's fine. I don't think we. Oh no, I need stone.
Looking my people about.
I need coal,
Said Bilbo from
iron
behind a tree.
ore,
They had forgotten
iron
all
ingots.
about
Okay. I think we're good. Oh shit! God damn it.
said he.
Oh, are they?
Said Thorin. And he
Let's
before they could leap on him. He caught up
put
a
this
big
up
branch
here.
on fire and
This here.
Bert
This
got back
here.
into his
Okay.
eye before he could step aside. That put him out of the battle for a bit. Bilbo did his best.
I need to build. I need to make that key so I can get some more items.
Tree trunk, but he
So let's put this here, add coal.
Kicked the sparks up in Thorin's
Okay.
face. Tom got the branch in his teeth for that, and lost one of the front ones. It made him howl, I can tell you. But just
Craft
at
that.
moment, William came up behind.
Let's, oh, I need to look at the chest
Thorin's
first.
head and down to his
A
toes.
There we go.
golden chest.
And so the fight
Let's
began.
get you open.
Then we go here, we go to Ori's key.
All neatly tied up in sacks with 3 angry
Okay.
trolls and 2 of
Let's
them
go over here,
lashes to
open
a
this
rope,
up.
sitting by them, arguing whether they should roast them slowly or mince them fine and
Okay.
boil them, or just sit on them one by one.
New goal,
and
search
smash them
in
to
Westgate.
And Bilbo up in a bush.
We'll
with his
put the
clothes and his
key
skin torn,
here.
not daring to move for fear they
Keep
should
that
hear.
on us. We'll put that
It was
away.
just then that Gandalf
Let's put on our armor.
No one saw him.
Perfect.
The trolls had just decided
Let's
to
put
roast
our
the dwarves down and eat them
ingots
later.
down.
That was Bert's idea. And after a lot of argument, they had all
Okay,
agreed
let's
to it.
rest.
No good
Let's make some food for the morning.
take all night.
At least skewers. Start cooking.
Bert thought it was William's.
Don't
Let's
start
rest.
the argument all over again.
Oh, Dwarven runes of power protect me.
Who's arguing?
Twilight.
Said William, who thought it was Bert.
It's gonna be dark.
You are.
Said Bert.
You're a liar.
Said William. And so the argument began all over again. In the end, they decided to mince them fine.
Oh no, it's gonna be. It's light right now. Okay.
So they got a great black pot, and they took out their knives.
No good boiling them. We ain't got no water. And
We
it's a
ain't got
long
no
way to the well and
water.
Said a voice. Bert and William thought it was Tom's.
Shut up,
Okay.
or we'll never have done. And you can fetch the water yourself if you say any more.
Shut up yourself.
Let's get this. Oh, this is stone. I don't think we can break that right now.
Who's arguing but you, I'd like to know?
You're a booby.
Said William.
Booby yourself.
Said Tom.
Booby.
And so the
Not
argument
a
began all
baby.
over again, and went on hotter than ever.
Let's go search this area.
They decided to sit on the sacks one by one and squash them and boil them next.
Not bad. Not bad. I think we're making progress. It's only been about an hour and a half. I think we're doing pretty good.
Sit on the last.
That's how much longer we can do. How much more we can do in about an hour. I think we've done quite a bit so far.
He thought Tom was talking.
Don't talk to yourself.
Said Tom.
I need
But
a
if
better
you want to sit on the
weapon,
last one,
buddy.
sit
I need a better weapon.
The one with the yellow stockings.
Said Bert.
Okay.
Nonsense. The one with the grey stockings.
Said a voice like William's.
Okay.
I'll make sure it was
Let's
yellow.
break through the dirt.
Yellow it was.
Said William.
No, what? Just say it was grey for.
Said Bert.
I never did. Tom said it.
Okay.
I never did.
Said Tom.
It was you.
2 to 1, so shut your mouth.
Said Bert.
Who are you talking to?
Said William.
Now stop it.
Said Tom and Bert together.
Oh, that's iron.
Getting on and dawn comes
This is
early.
stone?
Let's get on with it.
No, this is just a wall.
Take you all
Perfect.
to be stone to you.
Said a
I mean,
voice
it is, but
sounded like William's.
I think we could knock it down.
But just at that moment, the light came over the hill, and there was a mighty twitter in the branches. William never spoke, for he stood turned to stone as he
I'll hit it a few and then we'll see where we're at. It's doing 20. I think when it does crits like that, the 20, it'll break. Or it's breaking things.
all alone,
Yep.
unless the birds
Perfect.
perch on them. For trolls, as you probably know,
Ooh, I wonder what's in here.
or they go back to the stuff of the mountains they are made of.
Let's break this down.
Never.
And then we'll start working on the ore.
That is what had happened. To Bert
Okay, start breaking the ore.
Excellent.
said Gandalf, as he stepped from behind the tree.
If a
helped
bear
Bilbo
could
climb
turn
down.
her claws my
I feel like I need to break the top,
Bilbo understood.
then climb up. Oh, I can't. Okay.
claws my way,
Ooh, maybe.
a terrible day
Until
it
the
has
light
she.
came and made an end
I'm
of
a feisty fool with an empty
The next thing
fork,
was to
and if
untie
she
the sacks
would not
and let out the
flee,
dwarves.
I would raise
They
a
immediately
toast while
suffered.
her haunches
Very
roast.
annoyed.
Therefore,
They had
dinner
not at
for
all
me.
enjoyed lying there, listening to the trolls making plans for roasting them and squashing them and mincing them. They had to hear Bilbo's account of what had happened to him twice over before they were satisfied.
Silly time to go practicing pinching and pocket picking,
Said Bomber.
when what we wanted was fire and food. And that's just what you wouldn't have got out of those fellows without a struggle in any case.
Said Gandalf.
Anyhow, you're wasting time now. Don't you realize that the trolls must have a cave or a hole dug somewhere near to hide from the sun in?
Get a shit ton of iron.
Look into it.
Max out.
They searched about and soon found the marks of trolls' stony boots going away through the trees. They followed the tracks up the hill until, hidden by bushes, they came on a big door of stone leading to a cave. But they could not open it, not though they all pushed while Gandalf tried various incantations.
Would this be any good?
Asked Bilbo when they were getting tired and angry.
I found it on the ground where the trolls had their fight.
He held out a large...
In darkness.
though
Darkness.
William had thought it very small.
Wait, what does it say?
It must have
What does
fallen
in
out of
darkness
his
do?
pocket very luckily, before he was turned to stone.
Why on earth didn't you mention it?
Once that pops back up, we'll take a look.
Gandalf grabbed it and fitted it into the keyhole.
Might give some information.
Swung back with one big push, and they all...
Oh, I thought there was something here.
The nasty smell was in the
Oh shit.
but there was a good deal of food jumbled carelessly on shelves and on the ground, among an untidy litter of plunder of all sorts, from brass buttons to pots full of gold coins standing in the corner. There were lots of clothes too hanging on the wall.
Sweet.
Too
Okay.
small for trolls. I'm afraid they
Oi.
belonged to victims. And among them were several swords of various makes, shapes, and sizes. Two caught their eyes particularly.
Let's go. There we go.
Their beautiful
In
scarlet
darkness,
jeweled hilt.
oppresses hope. Without light, despair will come.
Took one of these.
That sounds scary.
Took a knife in a leather sheath.
That
It would have
that
made only a
sounds
tiny pocket knife for a troll,
not
it was as
good.
as a short sword for the hobbit,
Okay, let's head back.
These look like good blades.
said the wizard, half drawing them and looking at them curiously.
They were not made by any troll, nor by any smith among men in these parts and days. But when we can read the runes on them, we shall know more about them.
Let's get out of this horrible smell.
A dark shadow?
So they carried out the pots of coins.
An oppressive shadow darkness plagues Moria. It drains courage and energy, making it hard for even the sturdiest doors to do anything. Being under the mountain and being in the dark are not one and the same. Moria was never meant to be this darksome. To fight the creepy despair, a good song and light will warm the heart
Their
again.
own provisions were very
Oh shit, my morale's going down.
They had bread, cheese, and plenty of ale, and bacon to toast in the
Okay.
ashes of the fire. After that, they slept.
That's interesting.
Disturbed, and they did nothing more until the afternoon. Then they brought up their ponies.
Let's get back here. Our morale goes back up. So I wonder what happens
Very secretly
when we
walked
stay there
far
too
from the
long.
track by the river, putting a great many spells over them, just in case they ever got the chance
Okay,
to.
let's head back here.
When that was done, they all mounted once more, and jogged along again on the path towards the east.
Where did you go to, if I may ask?
Said Thorin to Gandalf as they rode along.
To look ahead,
What do rough stairs look like?
And what brought you back in the nick of time?
looking behind.
I don't think we could do rough stairs from here, can we?
Said Thorin.
But could you be more plain?
No, build near a
I will
hearth.
spy out our road. It will soon become dangerous and difficult. Also,
Can
I was
I do
anxious
it?
about replenishing our small stock of provisions.
What if I do it
Had not gone very
here?
far, however, when I met a couple of friends of mine from Rivendell.
Where's that?
Asked Bilbo.
Don't interrupt.
Said Gandalf.
We will get there in a few days now, if we're lucky, and find
Okay.
out all about it. As I was saying, I met two of Elrond's people. They were hurrying along
Ah!
the trolls. It was they who told me that 3 of them had come down from the mountains and settled in
There
the
we
woods
go.
not far from
Oh no, that's not it.
They had frightened everyone.
Okay,
in the
so
district, and they were
I think that means I think it means it's anchored,
feeling that I was
right?
wanted back. Looking behind, I saw a fire in the distance and made for it. So now you know.
I gotta perfect this real quick. Not perfect it, but I gotta make it look nice.
Never get anywhere.
So let's do
Thank you.
Said Thorin.
rough stairs. So it's gotta match with these ones here. It's gonna be like
Chapter 3.
that. Is it against
Short
the
rest.
wall? Maybe.
They did not sing or tell stories that day, even though the weather improved.
No. Okay, so I think we're good there.
Nor the day after.
Okay, so then this one
They had begun to feel
has to be
that
up.
was not far away on either side. They camped under the stars, and their horses had more to eat than they had, for there was plenty of grass. But there was not much in their bags, even with what they had got from the trolls. One morning they forded a river at a wide, shallow place, full of the noise of stones and foam. The far bank was steep and slippery. When they got to the top of it, leading down the they saw
I don't think I'm gonna make it. I don't think it'll work.
near to them. Already they
I
saw
think
only a
I
day's
think it'll look a little janky
to the nearest.
if I have to anchor it.
And drear it looked.
I could always put a wood pallet down.
On its brown sides, and behind its shoulders
I could always put a wood pallet down.
gleamed.
Is that
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go here,
In a solemn voice,
and then I'll do a wood pallet.
eyes. He had never seen
Like,
of course not.
said Barlin.
That is only the beginning of the
can I
and we have
not anchor it to the?
our underpost
I can't anchor it to the thing.
before we can come into Wilderland beyond. And it is a deal of a way even from the other side of them to the Lonely Mountain in the east.
Because that's just gonna get destroyed, right?
Treasure.
Maybe.
Said Bilbo.
Maybe not.
And just at that moment, he felt more tired than he ever remembered
Okay.
feeling before. He was thinking once again of his comfortable chair.
And then what if we
his
do?
favorite sitting room in his hobbit home,
Can we make it go all the way?
singing.
Hold on. I might be onto something. I might be onto something.
Now Gandalf led the way.
We must not miss the road, or we shall be done for.
He said,
We need food, for one thing, and rest in reasonable safety.
Okay.
Also, it is very necessary to
I mean,
the Misty Mountains by the proper path,
it's working.
or else you will get lost and have to come back and start at the beginning again, if you ever get back at all.
they asked him
I don't know what.
and he
Damn it.
answered,
You are come to the very edge of the wild.
What if I
Some
jump?
may know. Hidden somewhere ahead of us is the fair valley
Just
of
to make sure that these are okay. So these seem to be stable.
the last ugly house. I sent
So
a
can I
message
make
to my
this
friends
stable?
that We are expected.
that
Nope.
sounded nice and comforting, but they had not got there yet. And it was not so easy as it sounds.
Let's try one more time.
West of the mountains. There seemed to be no
This is a wood floor.
no valleys and no hills to break the ground in front of them.
Oh, this is wood floor is different than the
Vast
pallet.
slope going slowly up and
Okay.
up to meet the feet of the nearest mountain. A
So
wide land
this
the colour of
here-
heather and crumbling rock, with patches and slashes of grass green and moss green showing where water might be. Morning passed, afternoon came, but in all the silent waste there was no sign
Fuck.
of any dwelling. They were growing anxious, for they saw now that the house might be hidden almost anywhere between them and the mountains. They came on unexpected valleys, steep sides that opened suddenly at their feet, and they looked down surprised to see trees below them and running water at the bottom. There were gullies
I
that
don't
they could
know-
almost leap over, but very deep with waterfalls in them. There were dark ravines that one could neither jump over nor climb into. There were bogs, some of them green, pleasant places to look at, with flowers growing bright and tall. But a pony that walked there with a pack on its back would never.
I want to build.
It was indeed a much wider land from the ford.
I would like to build it there. Fuck. Okay. So maybe we need to build it a little bit away.
Marked with white stones, some of which were small,
Maybe.
and others were half covered with moss or heather.
So that's gonna work.
Altogether, it was a very slow
But
business,
now that looks funky.
even guided by Gandalf, who seemed to know his way about pretty well. His head and beard wagged this way and that as he looked for the stones,
Now,
and they followed his lead.
what if?
But they seemed no
I
nearer.
know this is gonna look
to the
funky,
place where
but
the day began to fail. Tea time had long gone by, and it seemed supper time would soon.
so
be
that'll
the
be
same.
fine there.
There were moths fluttering about.
Okay.
And the light
Do we need to zigzag it now?
for the moon had not risen. Bilbo's pony began to stumble over roots and stones.
Okay.
They came to the edge of a
We're almost-
steep fall in the ground so
We're
suddenly
almost to the middle.
his horse nearly slipped down the slope.
Okay.
Here it is at last.
He called, and the
And
others gathered around him and looked over the edge. They saw a valley far below. They could hear the voice of hurrying water in a rocky bed at the bottom. The scent of trees was in the air,
there.
and there was
Okay.
light on the valley side across the water.
How much wood do I have? I don't think I have much wood left. I was thinking now, what if I cover this whole section and I make the stairs go up, and I make it a platform up to here?
Lower, and the smell of the pine trees
You
made
think
the
that's too
grass
much?
but every now and again,
make it easier instead of running all the way back here. That's kind of the point. So maybe
Their spirits rose as they went down.
maybe we do that later.
The trees changed.
And maybe will the stairs even or will the rough stairs even fit here? I don't even have enough wood now.
Faded out of the ground.
But do they even fit here? That's the question.
An open glade, not
Yes, they
far
do.
off the banks of the stream.
Oh, it fits like perfectly too. Okay.
It smells like hell,
So what we do
thought Bilbo.
is so that doesn't this doesn't work
They were burning bright and blue.
here, right?
Just
No.
then, there came a
So what we
burst
need
of
to do is we need to anchor
in
this
the trees.
to the wall, right? Because that'll work. Nope, it does not work. Okay. Huh. Okay. Let's get some more wood real quick. Wood scraps, wood scraps. Okay, so we should have enough wood scraps to do our stairs now.
Sang in the trees. And pretty fair nonsense, I dare say you think it was.
So let's do the rough
They would only laugh all the
rough
more, I
stairs.
told them so. They were elves, of course. Soon Bilbo caught glimpses of them as the darkness deepened. He loved elves, though he seldom met them. But he was a little frightened of them too. Dwarves don't get on well with them. Even decent enough dwarves
Okay.
like Thorin and his friends think them foolish, which is a very foolish
Perfect.
thing to think.
Okay.
Annoyed with them.
Is that
Some
not
elves
touching?
tease them and laugh at them, and most of all at their beards.
Oh, that is floating a little bit, huh?
Voice.
Fuck, that's gonna bother me.
Bilbo the Hobbit.
Oh.
Isn't it delicious?
Alright, that's fine.
Wonderful.
Then off
Sweet.
they went into another song as ridiculous as
First
the one
light.
I've written down in full. At last, one, a tall young fellow, came out from the trees and bowed to Gandalf and to Thorin. "Welcome to the valley," he said. "Thank you," said Thorin a bit gruffly, but Gandalf was already off his horse and among the elves, talking merrily with them. "You are a little out of your way," said the elf.
'Kay.
"That is, if you are making for the only path across the water
We only have a
that
few
has
wood left, so
He will
there's
set you
stone,
right,
there's
but you had
stone.
best get on foot until you are over the bridge. Are you going to stay a bit and sing with us, or will you go straight on? Supper is preparing over there," he said.
Did we read this?
"Smell the wood fires
I don't think we did. Oh, there's no book there.
Tired as he was, Bilbo would have liked to stay a while.
Stone. We have stone, right?
It's not a thing to miss.
99.
Shooting
Okay.
Stars, not if you care for such things. Also, he would have liked to have a few private words
Ready?
with these people.
Okay, let's
Know his names
add to
and all
queue.
about him, although he had never seen them before. He thought their opinion of his adventure might
Okay.
be interesting. Elves know a lot, and
Sword.
elves spoke
Okay,
for
we're
years.
good. We
Know
got
what's
that. Okay.
going on among the peoples of the
How
land.
tired are we?
As water flows
Can we see?
quicker. But the
Are we
dwarves
super tired?
were all for supper as soon
So
as
danger
possible.
level 0, hunting luck, drop mining, shadow poison recovery rate, poison buildup, sprinting speed, taunt, clank, hunger recharge, max health.
It was flowing fast and noisily, as mountain streams do of a summer evening, when sun has been all day on the snow far up above. There was only a narrow
Okay, it doesn't say.
stone without a
So I guess we'll keep going until we get tired,
well walk on,
and then we'll head back, because we're at dawn right now.
slow and careful, one by one, each leading his pony by the bridle. The elves had brought bright lanterns to the shore, and they sang a merry song as the party went across.
Don't dip your beard in the foam, father.
They cried to Thorin, who was bent almost onto his hands and knees.
It is long enough without watering it. Mind Bilbo doesn't eat all the cake.
We need.
He is too fat to get through keyholes yet.
Hush, hush, good people. And good night.
Said Gandalf, who
Torch.
came last.
Valleys have ears. Some elves have over-merry tongues. Good night.
And so, at last,
Very efficient, very efficient.
vast homely house, and found its doors a strange thing, but things that are good to have and days that are good to spend
That
are
away.
soon told about and not much to listen to. While things that are
Oh,
uncomfortable,
okay.
palpitating, and
Let's
unwholesome may make
seat
a
that.
tale and take a deal of telling anyway. They stayed long in
Lembus.
that
We'll
good
keep the
house,
Lembus.
14 days at least.
Well, hopefully we can find some mushrooms along the way.
Bilbo would gladly have stopped there forever and ever, even supposing a wish would have taken him right back to his hobbit hole without trouble. Yet,
Okay, let's go back over here.
their stay. The master of the house was an elf friend,
Cloth
one of those
scraps.
people whose fathers came into the
That's a
strange
lot.
stories before the beginning of history.
Let's go,
Wars of
motherfuckers.
The evil goblins and the elves and the first time in those days, however, there were still some people who were both elves and heroes of the north for ancestors. And Bilbo, the master of the house, was their chief. He was as noble and as fair in face as an elf lord, as strong as a warrior, as wise as a wizard, as venerable as a king of dwarves.
Sweet.
In the summer. He comes into many tales, but his part in the story of Bilbo's great adventure is only a small one, though important, as you will see if we ever get to the end of it. His house was perfect. Whether you liked food, or sleep, or work, or storytelling, or singing, or just sitting and thinking back, or a pleasant mixture of them all. Evil things did not come into that valley.
Where it is morning.
Even a few of the tales, or one or two of the songs that they heard in that house. All of them, the ponies as well, grew refreshed and strong in a few days there. Their clothes were mended
Okay, let's get back to mining.
bruises, their tempers, and their hopes. Their bags were filled with food and provisions light to carry, but strong to bring them over the mountain passes. Their plans were improved with the best advice. So the time came to Midsummer Eve, and they were to go on again with the early sun on Midsummer morning. Elrond knew all about runes of every kind. That day, he looked at the swords they had brought from the troll's lair, and he said,
Okay.
These are not troll made.
Rock.
They are old swords, very old swords of the high elves of the west. My kin. They were made in Gondor for the Goblin War.
If an orc should raise
must have
his
come from a
sword
dragon
at me,
school,
a
or
terrible
goblin
day
hunt.
have he.
For dragons and
If
goblins
an orc
to
should
that
raise
sit in
his
many
sword
ages
at
ago.
me, a terrible day have
Thorin,
he.
the runes
I'm a
named
feisty
Orc,
fool with an
Goblin
empty
King,
fork,
in the
and
ancient
if he
tongue of
would
Gondor.
not flee,
It was
I wish there were subtitles to these songs.
by my fire pit,
Gundam,
or for dinner
Glam
for
Dragon,
me.
Foe hammer that the king of Gondolin once wore. Keep them well. Whence did the trolls get them, I wonder?
said Thorin, looking at his sword with new interest.
I could not say,
Said Elrond,
but one may guess that your trolls have plundered other plunderers, or come on the remnants of old robberies in some hold in the mountains. I have heard that there are still forgotten treasures of old to be found in the deserted caverns of the mines of Moria since the Dwarf and Goblin War.
Thorin pondered these words.
I will keep this sword in honor.
He said,
May it soon cleave goblins once again.
A wish that is likely to
Found a
rise
ton of
to
fucking
the
iron.
top.
Holy shit.
said Elrond.
But show me now your map.
He took it and gazed long at it, and he shook his head. For if he did not altogether approve of dwarves and their love of gold, he hated dragons and their cruel wickedness, and he grieved to remember the ruin of the town of Dale and its merry bells. And the
Oh,
burning
I need
floods
wood
and the
scraps.
river running.
No wood scraps.
The moon was shining in a broad silver
I think what I'm gonna do.
and the white light shone
Fuck.
through
No
it.
wood. I
Beside the
uh.
plain runes, which say 5 feet high the door and 3 made
There you go.
abreast.
What are moon letters?
Asked the hobbits, full of excitement.
How much more do I need? I need one more wood scrap. God damn it.
And he also liked runes and letters and cunning
There we go.
handwriting. Though when he wrote himself, it was a bit.
I think I'm gonna do a repair smithy
Moon
at my
letters are
second
runes,
little base camp
but you
area.
cannot see them,
said Elrond.
not when you look straight at them. They can only be seen when the moon shines behind them. And what is more, with the more cunning sort, it must be a moon of the same shape and season as the day when they were written. The dwarves invented them, and wrote them with silver pens, as your friends could tell you. These must have been written on a midsummer's eve, in a crescent moon, a long while ago.
Well, what do they say?
Asked Gandalf and Thorin together, a bit vexed perhaps that even Elrond should have found this out first, though really there had not been a chance before, and there would not have been another until goodness knows when.
Stand by the grey stone when the thrush knocks, read Elrond, and the setting sun with the last light of Durin's day.
Last light
will
of
shine
Durin's
upon
day.
the keyhole.
Durin.
Said Thorin.
He was the father of the fathers of the eldest race of dwarves, the Longbeards, and my first ancestor. I am his heir.
Then what is Durin's day?
Asked Elrond.
The first day of the dwarves' new year
Said Thorin.
is, as all should know, the first day of the last moon of autumn on the threshold of winter. We still call it Durin's Day, when the last moon of autumn and the sun are in the sky together. But this will not help us much,
What is that?
for it passes our skill in these days to guess when such a time will come again.
That remains to be seen.
Ooh.
Is there any more writing? None to be seen by this moon.
Said Elrond. And he gave the map back to Thorin. And then they went down to the river.
Okay, I think I'm full up on
to see the
ore.
elves dance and sing upon the midsummer sea.
Is this stone? Okay. Ooh. Stone.
The next morning was a midsummer's morning as fair and fresh as could be dreamed. Blue sky and never a cloud. And the sun dancing on the
Let's open this puppy up.
Now they rode away amid songs of farewell and good speed, with their hearts ready for more adventure, and with a knowledge of the road they must follow. Over
I feel
the
like-
mountains,
There we go.
to the land beyond.
Wow. Not bad. Okay. Let's go. Let's start heading back.
Chapter 4.
Chapter 4.
Over hill.
Over hill and under hill.
There were many paths that led up
Alright,
into those
motherfuckers.
mountains, and many passes over them. But most of the paths were cheats and deceptions.
Whee!
Nowhere at the bad end. And most of the passes were infested by evil things
Okay.
and dreadful dangers. The dwarves
They were coming to fucking base
helped
camp,
by the wise
baby.
advice of Elrond and the knowledge and memory of Gandalf, took the right road to the right pass. Long days after they had climbed
Okay.
out of the
Can we do a repair smithy here?
lonely house smiled
How much does it cost? Treasure cache? Oh, I need more coins for that.
behind. It was a hard path,
Repair smithy. Iron ingots. Perfect.
crooked way and a lonely. Now they could look back over
Since we don't have this table
laid
centered,
out
well,
behind them far below,
that's gonna bother me actually. Let's fucking destroy that thing.
where things were blue and faint,
Let's, okay, so let's get the repair smithy.
safe and comfortable,
Repair smithy.
and his little hobbit home.
Repair smithy. We'll put that on this side.
Cold up here, and the wind came shrilling. Boulders too at times came galloping down the
Center it.
mountainsides, let loose by midday sun upon
Center it
the
with
snow.
this bad boy.
Past a mountain,
Perfect.
which was lucky.
Okay,
Over
so
their
let's-
heads, which was alarming.
Let's drop
The nights were
some
comfortless,
cloth.
and
Let's
they
grab
had
the
not
wood
dared to
scraps.
sing or talk too loud, for the
Let's build the meal table.
and the silence seemed to dislike being broken, except by the noise of water,
Are you kidding me?
wail of wind, and the crack of stone.
Can I not build it because there's fucking wood scraps there? Or there's
Thought Bilbo.
scraps there?
Haymaking is going on and picnics. They'll be harvesting and blackberrying before we even begin to go down the other side at this rate.
I think that's pretty centered.
The thinking
Okay. God damn it, that's not centered enough.
Although when they had said goodbye to Elrond
Let's
and the high hope of a
Let's drop
midsummer
this.
morning, they
Scraps.
had spoken gaily
Here.
of the passage of
This
the
is, it's gonna
night and
fucking
flight
bother me.
swift across the lands beyond. They had thought
Meal
of going to
table.
the secret door in the lonely mountain, perhaps that very next last.
I hate how that's what I do hate.
Will be Durin's day, they had said. Only Gandalf had shaken his head and said nothing. Dwarves had not passed that way for many years.
That's better. That's better.
Danger had grown.
Oh, let's grab this. Let's head back.
Driven men from the lands, and the goblins had spread in secret after the battle of the mines of Moria. Even the good plans of wise wizards like Gandalf, good friends like Elrond, go astray sometimes when you are dangerous.
Put that away. Put that away. Put those away. Okay. Get cool. Let's put all the iron deposits there.
He hardly dared
Let's keep making some ingots.
over those great tall mountains with lonely peaks and valleys where no king.
Use your scroll wheel while building. Wait, what?
They did not. All was well.
Oh yeah, to move back and forth. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that does help move it closer to me. You know, I don't like it that you make sense. Sometimes it really grinds my gears. Oh, I can put that away. Okay, so we're in the afternoon. Let's eat some lembas bread. Those there. Let's put some stones back. Okay. There's only rough. There's only rough. There's no like small stairs, is there? There's only rough stairs, and I can only do. Yeah, I can't do it below, huh? That sucks. Camera height. Ooh, okay. Change distance, change height, left shift. Yeah, I can't go any below. That sucks. Okay.
The rain and the hail about in every direction, so that an overhanging rock was no protection at all. Soon they were getting drenched, and their ponies were standing with their heads down and their tails between their legs, and some of them were hear the giant.
Oh yeah, let's see how much a repair smithy is. Oh, it's metal fragments. It's not bad.
Said Thorin. If we don't get blown off, or drowned or struck by lightning, we shall be picked up by some giants and kicked sky high.
Yeah, we'll let that get destroyed. Okay, that's pretty cheap. That's actually not too bad. I'll start putting pots on the roof. Let's go.
The end of their argument was that they sent
Okay, let's go this way.
They had very sharp eyes, and being the youngest of the dwarves,
let's keep fucking mining.
they got these sort of jobs when everybody could see that it was absolutely no use sending Bilbo. There is nothing like looking if you want to find something, or so Thorin said to the young dwarves. You certainly usually find something if you look, but it is not always quite the something you were after.
I think it's.
So it proved.
If we can get as much iron as possible, that's gonna be fantastic.
Soon Fili and Kili came.
Then we won't really have to worry about too much. And then we can start making stupid shit with iron. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on being able to make some stupid shit with iron. Like floors and fucking other shit. Just because I have so much iron.
They said, though everybody knew that they could not have been long about it, they had come back too quick. That, of course, is the dangerous part of the
my trail, a terrible day it hath he. If a troll should trundle up my trail, a terrible day it hath he. I'm out.
Fili and Kili's news seemed to
I think on our world, I think we're gonna need a repair smithy, especially since it's so cheap to do it.
they had a business getting themselves and their ponies.
That's gonna be super fucking beneficial.
It was not very far to go, and before long they came to a big rock standing out into the path. If you stepped behind, you found a low arch in the side of the mountain. There was just room to get the ponies through with a squeeze. when they had been unpacked and unsaddled. As they passed under the arch,
let's build. We don't have enough wood, do we? Yeah, we do actually. I think it's what, 1 wood, isn't it? Oh, we don't have any wood scraps at all. Okay. Let's see if we can like build an area to step up.
And by its light, they explored the cave from end to end.
Oh shit, more.
It seemed quite a fair size, but not too large and mysterious. It had a dry floor and some comfortable nooks. At one end, there was room for the ponies, and there they stood, mighty cloud of change, steaming and champing in their nose bags. Owen and Gloin wanted to light a fire at the door to dry their clothes, but Gandalf would not hear of it. So, they spread out their wet things on the floor, and got dry ones out of their bundles. Then they made their blankets comfortable, got out their pipes, and blew smoke rings, which Gandalf turned into different colours, and started dancing up by the roof to amuse them. They talked and talked, and forgot about the
Can I put the torch away?
discussed what each would do with his share of the treasure.
Is it darkness? It is not darkness. That's good. I think I'm gonna try to work without the torch so much so I can conserve my torch.
They dropped off to sleep, one by one. And that was the last time that they used the ponies, packages, baggages, tools, and paraphernalia that they had brought with them. It turned out a good thing that night that they had brought little Bilbo with them after all.
Uh-oh.
Somehow, he could not go to sleep for a long while. And when he did sleep, he had very nasty dreams. He dreamed that a crack in the wall at the back of the cave got bigger and bigger, and opened wider and wider. And he was very afraid but could not call out or do anything but lie and look. Then he dreamed that the floor of the cave was giving
Darkness
way,
falls.
and he was
Okay.
slipping, beginning to fall down, goodness knows where to. At that he woke up with a horrible start, and found that part of his dream was
So
true.
now we can use
A
our
crack had opened at the back of the
torch.
cave and was already a wide passage. He was just in time to see the last of the ponies' tails disappearing into it. Of course, he gave a very loud a yell as a hobbit can give, which is surprising for their size.
And then he was gone.
Out jumped the goblins. Big goblins, great ugly-looking goblins. Lots of goblins before you could say rocks and blocks.
Yeah, I gotta start figuring out my pots now so I can start getting some other foods. Because I do have some seeds. I don't even know what seeds do I have. Oh, they're bat droppings. Duh, they're not even seeds.
Splinter second, and when goblins came to grab him, there was a terrific flash like lightning in the cave, a smell like gunpowder, and several of them fell dead. The crack closed with a snap, and Bilbo and the dwarves were on the wrong side of it. Where was Gandalf? Of that, neither they nor the goblins had
Gandalf
any
said,
idea,
"Fuck it, I'm out."
and the goblins did not wait to find out. They seized Bilbo and the dwarves and hurried them along. It was deep, deep dark, such as only goblins that have taken to living in the heart of the mountains can see. The passages there were crossed and tangled in all directions, but the goblins knew their way, as well as you do to the nearest post office. And the way went down and down, and it was most horribly stuffy. The goblins were very rough and pinched unmercifully, and chuckled and laughed in their horrible story.
Dude, I'm gonna have so much fucking iron.
And Bilbo was more unhappy even than when
They're going down to Goblin Town.
he wished again and again for his nice bright home.
Oh shit.
Not for the last time. Now there came a
Oh well, shit. Come here. Yeah. Yeah.
goblins began to sing or croak, keeping time
Ooh, I missed.
with their flat feet on the stone. and
There we go.
shaking their prisoners as well.
Perfect. So I have about 60 health. Hey. Goblin Town. So stone's full. Or okay.
It sounded truly terrifying. The walls echoed to clap, snap, and the
Down to Goblin Town.
ugly laughter of their
Ho ho, my lad. The general meaning of the song was only too plain, for now the goblins took out whips and whipped them with a swish snap and set them running as fast as they could in front of them. And more than one of the dwarves were already yammering and bleating like anything when they stumbled into a big cavern. It was lit by a great red fire in the middle.
Okay.
Along the walls.
Is it Z, right? Yeah.
Full of goblins.
There we go.
Stamped, clapped their hands when the dwarves, with poor little Bilbo at the back nearest to the whip, came running in, while the goblin drivers whooped and cracked their whips behind. The ponies were already there, huddled in a corner, and there were all the baggages and packages lying broken open, rubbish by goblins that smelled. I'm afraid that was the last they ever saw of those excellent little ponies, including a jolly sturdy little white fellow that Elrond had lent to Gandalf, since his horse was not
Sturdy little white fellow. Okay.
Goblins eat horses and donkeys and donkeys. And
Oh shit, torch has gone out.
they are always hungry. Just now, however, the prisoners were thinking only of themselves. The goblins chained their hands behind their backs and linked them all together in a line.
We have no wood. Ah, fuck. We have wood here.
There, in the shadows on the large flat stone,
There we go.
sat a tremendous goblin with a huge head, and armed goblins were standing round, carrying the axes and the bent swords that they use. Now, goblins are cruel, wicked, and bad-hearted.
Yeah, they are.
They make no beautiful things, but they make many clever ones. They can mine and tunnel as any but the most skilled dwarves when they take the trouble, though they are usually untidy and dirty. Hammers, axes, swords, daggers, pickaxes, tongs, and also instruments of
Alright.
torture.
Let's go put some stuff back.
Very well, or get other people to make their design. Prisoners and slaves that have to work till they die.
That. We got a ton of shit,
It's not
dude.
unlikely that they invented some of the machines that have since troubled the world, especially the ingenious devices for killing large numbers of people at once.
Ooh.
The wheels.
Let's cook some skewer. No, let's roast some meat. We got plenty of meat. Let's do 2 sets of meat, because we're gonna be fucking hungry in the morning.
Wild parts. They have not
Let's
advanced,
do this.
as it is called, so far. They did not hate dwarves especially, no more than they had hated everybody and everything.
Deposit these.
Orderly and prosperous. In some
Start
parts
filling
of
up our
the
iron
kingdom,
ingots.
they even
Let's
made
take a
alliances
rest.
with them. But they had a special grudge against Thorin's people because of the war they mentioned, but which does not come into this tale.
Alright, let's eat.
And anyway, goblins don't care who they catch, as long as it is done smart and secret, and the prisoners are not able to defend themselves.
We are not well fed, right? That only restores health. Yeah, only to restore health. Eat to restore health. Let's do 1 set of skewers. So I think we'll do 1 set of skewers and a meat. That'll give us well fed plus,
Bilbo's chains that forward onto his knees.
yeah.
Found them sheltering in our front porch.
What do you mean by it?
Said the great goblin.
Dude, we got a lot of fucking iron ore.
So no good, I'll warrant. Spying on the private business of
Building requires ingots, right? Stone. Quick platform.
murderers and friends of elves, not unlikely. Come. What have you got to say?
Thorin, the dwarf, at your service.
He replied. It was merely a polite nothing.
Of the things which you suspect and imagine, we
Farm
have
box?
no idea at all.
Oh,
We sheltered
farm
from
patch.
in what seemed a
Wow.
convenient cave
It is granite. That's what we need.
further from our thoughts than inconveniencing goblins in any way whatever.
That was true enough,
Okay.
said the great goblin.
Let's eat this to be well fed after it's done.
I asked what you were doing up in the mountains at all, and where you were coming from, and where you are
going to. In fact, I should like to know all about you.
The Goblin King.
Not that it will do you much good. Thorin, Oakenshield,
Oakenshield.
much about your folk already.
Uh-oh.
But let's have the truth, or I
Let's put away some stone.
particularly uncomfortable for you.
We were on a journey to visit our relatives, our nephews and nieces, and first, second, and third cousins, and the other descendants of our grandfathers who live on the east side of these truly hospitable mountains.
Oh, this is stone.
Not quite knowing what to say all at once in a moment, when obviously the exact truth would not do at all.
Okay.
He's a liar, truly tremendous one.
He's a liar.
Several of our people were struck by lightning in the cave when we invited these creatures to come below, and they are dead as stones.
How do these rats keep getting in here?
This.
He held out the sword which Thorin had worn. The sword
I wonder if it's the dark areas across the way.
The great goblin gave a truly awful howl of rage when he looked at it, and all his soldiers gnashed their teeth.
I don't think goblins are going to sneak in here, so I think we're alright. Alright, let's go pick up our stone. I think we can go this way. Let's go pick up our stone, and then we'll be alright.
But the goblins called it simply Biter. They hated it. And
Biter.
hated worse anyone that carried it. The great goblin shouted,
Slash them, beat them, bite them, gnash them! Take them away to dark holes full of snakes, and never let them see the light again!
He was in such a rage that he jumped off his seat and himself rushed at Thorin with his mouth open.
Just at that moment, all the light in the cavern went out, and the great fire went off, poof, into a
Uh-oh.
tower of blue, glowing smoke right up to the roof that scattered piercing white sparks all among the goblins.
The yells and yammering,
Sunyan, that's good.
whispering and jabbering, howls, growls, and curses, shrieking and shrieking that followed were beyond description. Several hundred wild cats and wolves being roasted slowly alive together would not have compared with it. The sparks were burning holes in the goblins, and the smoke that now fell from the roof made the air too thick for even their eyes to see through. Soon they were falling over one another, and rolling in heaps on the floor, biting and kicking and fighting as if they had all gone mad. Suddenly, a sword flashed in its own light.
Where did... Oh, there's mushrooms. Where did...
In the middle of his rage,
Oh, you know what? Let's destroy our... Let's get our axe destroyed.
before the sword, shrieking into the darkness. The sword went back into its
I gotta find out where all of our stone is at.
said a voice, fierce and quiet. And before Bilbo understood what had happened, he was trotting along again, as fast as he could,
Gandalf.
at the end of the line, down more
Well, there's
dark
more
passages.
fucking iron.
Yells of the goblin horde
Jesus.
growing fainter behind him.
Okay.
A pale light
It's back
gleamed
this
in
way.
Quicker, quicker!
said the voice.
What I can do... Let's do this.
Said Dory, who was at the back next to Bilbo, and a decent fellow.
Iron, yep. So let's do this. Let's mark my location.
And then clink, clink of chains and many a stumble, since they had no hands to steady
Iron
themselves with.
ore.
Not for a long while did they stop. And by that time, they must have
Okay.
been right down in the very mountain's heart.
Start marking it.
Then, Gandalf...
That way we don't lose our spots.
Of course it was Gandalf. But just then they were too busy to ask how he got there. He took out his sword again, and again it flashed in the dark by itself. It burned with a rage that made it gleam if goblins were about.
I'll need a better weapon than
Flame
this.
for delight in the killing of the great lord of the cave. It made no trouble whatever of cutting through the goblin chains and setting
So
all
this
the
is where our
prisoners
home
free as
is.
quickly as possible. This sword's name was Glamdring, the bowhammer.
Ooh, Glamdring.
The goblins just called it Beta, and hated it worse than Biter if possible. Orcris
Beta
too
and
had been
Biter.
saved, for Gandalf had brought it along as well.
Let's go,
snatched it
baby.
from one of the terrified guards. Gandalf thought of most things, and though he could not do everything, he could do a great deal for friends in a tight corner.
Call out? Nope.
We all here?
Said he, handing his sword back to Thorin with a bow.
Let me see. 1, that's Thorin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're Ophelia and Killy. 12, 13. And here's Mr. Baggins. 14, Well, it might be worse, and then it might be a good deal better. No ponies and no food, and no quite knowing where we are, and hordes of angry goblins just behind.
It was this way. Here's the mushrooms.
On they went. Gandalf was quite right. They began to hear goblin noises and horrible cries far behind in the passages they had come through. That sent them on faster than ever. And as poor Bilbo could not possibly go half as fast, for dwarves can roll along at a tremendous pace.
Here it is.
When they have to, they took it in turn to carry him on their backs.
Okay, so here's all the stone.
Faster than dwarves, and these goblins
Let's
knew the way
get the rest of this
they made
ore,
the pass themselves and were mad
because
with
we don't want to leave it.
so that do what they could, the dwarves heard the cries
You know,
and howls getting closer.
we don't want the gorblins to get it
Soon they
now.
could hear even the flap of the goblin feet.
Inventory is full.
Feet which seemed
Fuck.
just round the last corner. The blink of red torches could be seen behind them in the tunnel they were following, and they were getting deadly tired.
Fuck. Okay. God damn it. Okay, so
Said poor Mr. Baggins, bumping up and down on Bumba's back. Why, oh, why did I ever bring a wretched little hobbit on the treasure hunt?
our home is here.
Who was fat and staggered along with the sweat dripping down his nose in his heat and terror.
Okay. I know how to get here, bro. So let's put some shit away again. A lot of running back and forth.
He shouted,
That uses a lot of fucking energy.
to be done, and the goblins did not like it. They came scurrying round the corner in full cry and found goblin cleaver and foe hammer shining cold and bright, right in their astonished eyes. The ones in front dropped their torches and gave one yell before they were killed. The ones behind yelled still more and leaped back, knocking over those that were running after them. They shrieked, and soon they were all in confusion, and most of them were hustling back the way they had come.
Hustlers. Hustling back.
Quite a long while before any
Small
of them
stone
dared
block.
to turn that corner. By that time, the dwarves had gone on again, a long, long way on into the dark tunnels of the goblins' realm. When the
Oh yeah.
goblins discovered that, they put out their torches,
There we go.
and they slipped on soft shoes, and they chose out their very quickest runners with the sharpest ears
Perfect.
and eyes.
That will have to work.
These ran forward, as swift as weasels,
Building.
noise than bats.
Standing torch.
That is why neither Bilbo nor the dwarves
There we go.
Gandalf
Okay.
heard them coming.
So now they shouldn't be able to run up here. Hopefully we can keep all the fucking rats out of here.
They were seen by the goblins that ran silently up behind, for Gandalf was letting his wand give out a faint light to help the dwarves as they went along.
How much stone do we have?
Dory, now at the back again carrying Bilbo, was grabbed from behind in the dark.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Shoulders into the blackness.
There we go.
And remember,
Put our food away.
nothing more.
Put that away. Put that away. That away. Keep the cram. We'll just eat that. In case we need it. I guess I could put the bat droppings away until we get some seeds to use it on. The axe is almost destroyed. Once the axe gets destroyed, we'll use it. We'll get another spot open. It's not going to start chapter 5. There we go.
Riddles in the dark.
Yeah.
When Bilbo opened his eyes,
Oh, let's go, baby.
for it was just as dark as with them shut. No one was anywhere near. Imagine his fright. He could hear nothing, see nothing,
Yeah, you little shit.
feel nothing
Okay.
except the stone
Good.
on the floor. Very slowly, he got
We're getting to a lot of combat, which I kind of like. So let's keep going.
no doubt
Let's collect the rest of this ore, and then we'll be solid. Then we're gonna move on to the search area, and then I'll probably get off once I move on to the search area. I want to find that elf area if I can again.
he had his fall.
Is this it?
As well as he
Is this my little? This is my little alcove. Okay, good.
until suddenly his hand met what felt like a tiny ring of cold metal. It was a turning point in his career, but he did not know it. He put the ring in his pocket almost without thinking. Certainly it did not seem of any particular use at the moment.
Seriously?
He did not go much further, but sat down on the cold floor and gave himself up to complete miserableness for a while. Himself frying bacon and eggs in his own kitchen at home, for he could feel inside that it was high time for some evening. That only made him miserable. He could not think what to do, nor could he think what had happened, or why he had been left behind, or why, if he had been left behind,
Riddle me this.
the goblins had
Has
not
golden treasure inside. Wait.
even why his
Riddle me this. This has golden treasure inside, yet no hinges to open.
out of sight and out of
I'm not good with riddles. Golden treasure inside, yet no hinges to open. A pot of gold. A pot.
Cause a doom, a terrible day it has she. If a dragon swept through cause a doom, a terrible day it has she. I'm a feisty fool with an
just
empty
as well
fork.
as he agreed when he came to his senses. Goodness knows what the striking of matches and the smell of tobacco would have brought him out of darkness
Tobacco?
in that horrible place. Still, at the moment, he felt very crushed. But in
If
spite
a
of all this
dragon
buckets and
swept
feeling
through
all
cause
around
a
himself of
doom, a
matches,
terrible day
There
it has
is
she.
she.
If a dragon swept through cause a doom, a terrible day it has she.
She.
no
I'm a
fortune
feisty fool.
I think you need to reread this chapter.
And it
Yeah, I think so.
not flee.
It's been a minute, and I'm partly listening to
Well, it's too fortunate for me.
So it is an elvish.
I'm partly listening to it right now too.
Goblins are very near.
But it is a pot of gold. I mean, you can't tell me I'm wrong.
Somehow he was comforted. It was rather splendid to be wearing a blade made in Gondolin for the Goblin Wars, of which so
Gondolin.
many songs had sung. And also he had noticed that such
Sunyan.
came upon them suddenly.
Plenty of Sunyan.
Thought,
No good at
This is the Sunyan.
all. Go sideways.
That's fast as fuck, boy.
Only
Okay.
thing to do.
Let's
Up we go.
go this way.
so up he got, and trotted along with his little sword held in front of him, and one hand feeling the wall, and his heart all of pattering.
There's another statue we can rebuild.
Now certainly
Perfecto.
Nobel was
Perfecto.
what is called
There. Oh, the carvings. Yes.
But you must
Okay, let's
remember
rebuild
that it
this.
was not quite so tight for him as it would have been for me or for you. Oh, it's not quite like ordinary.
Gloves. Perfect.
Probably add quite different.
Let's get rid of the mushrooms for it. Actually, we could probably get rid of the beef.
that we are.
Let's grab the mushrooms. Let's grab the Musican statue.
Not when their heads have recovered.
Let's keep traveling.
Also, they can move
We could go this way.
and recover wonderfully from falls and bruises. And they have a fund for wisdom and wise sayings that men have mostly never heard or have forgotten long ago.
This is gonna give me stone. Yeah, I do have enough. You're wrong.
The tunnel seemed to have
Okay.
no end.
Ready?
All he knew was that it was still going
Not thinking of Lord of the Rings, but give me this. Gold treasure inside,
twist and turn.
yet no hinges to open. Does a pot of gold, a pot that a leprechaun has at the end of a rainbow, does it have hinges? And does it have golden treasure inside?
Except to hurry past for fear of goblins or half-imagined dark things coming out. On and on.
I'm about to drive up to where you live, and you're about to catch these hands, my boy.
Except the occasional whir of a bat by his ears, which started at first, till it became
More metal fragments, okay. Mushrooms, okay.
hating to go
Let's rebuild that.
to stop on, until he was tired and tired.
Yes, we can get gloves now.
All the way to tomorrow,
Perfecto, perfecto.
to the days beyond. Suddenly, without any warning, he trotted splash into water. It was icy cold. That pulled him up sharp and short. He did not know whether it was
Okay.
just a pool in the path, or the edge of an underground stream that crossed the passage, or the brink of a deep, dark, subterranean lake. The sword was hardly shining.
Okay,
He stopped, and he could hear, when he listened hard,
let me see. Is there...
drops, drip, drip, dripping from an unseen
It's in these
source
places.
below. But there
Cross
seemed to be no
straps.
source of sound.
War frenzy.
Pool or a lake. Not an underground river.
Search for the axe fragment. I wonder if I don't know if this would be a good place to build a base.
He could not swim,
I hear water
and he thought too
behind
of
this
nasty,
wall.
slimy things.
Could be a
big,
shortcut to the
bulging,
mines.
blind eyes
Time
wriggled
to
in the
dig.
water.
Time to dig.
Strange things living in the pools and lakes in the heart of the mountains.
Oh, ironwood.
His father swam in good
What does the
for
ironwood do?
and never swam out again, while their eyes grew bigger and bigger and bigger from trying to see in the blackness. Also, there are other things.
Latest night, the vines or attacked me was not seized by the orc. It was not the size of the orc hordes of legend. Waves of Rakas relentlessly broke against the dwarven defenses, yet now vigilance is needed along with repairs to the walls. Did that. Ori's journal. I found another parchment in Ori's elvish handwriting. March 22nd, TA 2993. We've not yet been able to find a fragment of Durin's axe in Westgate, though it said they've been placed here. It has been an age since dwarf last walked these halls. We search with only a glint of hope. The fragments remain are the tomes of old claim.
As dark as darkness,
Okay.
except for two big round.
Show me a pot of gold faster than I can show you the answer, then I'll accept your answer. Yeah, fuck off.
Quite quiet from the lake, for lake it was.
Darkness, night falls. Okay, it's gonna start. Speaking of cold, it's gonna start getting cold soon. What is that? Is that beef stick? Durin's axe fragment. Hey! The Westgate fragment of Durin's axe is found. The piece looks to be the handle of the axe. Can't quite tell what all its materials are. Some runes are visible, but time has left its mark and they are no longer red clear. It is ancient, though, and the power it exudes is immense. I wonder why it was broken off from the hole. Still have a feeling we're going to need this weapon.
They had come on the lake when they were tumbling down long ago.
Okay, this might not be a bad place.
So there their road ended.
Let's build this.
Unless the great goblin said
We have enough stone. Let's build this ironwood and see what happens.
from the lake. And sometimes
Oh, I need ironwood. I put the stone down, now I need ironwood. Okay.
actually Gollum lived on a slimy island of rock in
Gollum.
the middle of the lake.
Gollum.
He was watching Bilbo now from the distance.
Okay.
With his pale eyes like telescopes.
Twilight. Sun
Bilbo
you.
could not see him, but he was wondering a lot about Bilbo.
Hmm.
To see that he was no goblin at all. Gollum got into his boat and shot off from the island, while Bilbo was sitting
So what is...
together flummoxed, and at the end
So this is where our last piece was. So what is over here then?
came Gollum and whispered and hissed.
Oh, wood pallets. Oh shit. Okay. Another Musican carving.
And when he
Okay.
said,
Lost scraps.
he made a horrible swallowing noise in his throat.
Ah, this is great.
His name, though he always called himself Precious. He jumped stealing out of his
Okay.
skin when the hiss came in his ears.
That
He
helps.
suddenly saw the pale eyes
Oh shit.
looking out at him.
Who are you?
He started thrusting his dagger.
Shadow Curse, Despair. Oh fuck.
Whispered Gollum, who always spoke to himself through never having anyone else to speak to. This is what he had come to find out, for he was not really very
Okay, get out, get out, get out, get out. Shadow Cursed.
otherwise he would
Musican carving.
first whispered
I am Mr. Bilbo Baggins. I have lost the...
Despair. In darkness for too long, draining health. Find light to recover. Shadow's Curse, deeper into despair. Only time. Okay.
looking at the sword which he did not quite
We need to head back home.
A sword, a blade, which...
Actually,
said Gollum, and became quite polite.
He sits here and chats with it a bit.
restores a lot of health.
Likes riddles.
Let's eat this.
Does it?
Let's eat this again.
He was anxious to
I think we build a base here,
moment
and I think this is where we
found
end.
out more about the sword,
So we have...
whether he was
How do we get rid of that curse?
whether he was good to eat, and whether Gollum was really hungry. Riddles were all he could think of.
It's nighttime.
Sometimes guessing
What's up here?
had been the only game he had ever played with other
Claws.
funny creatures sitting in their holes in the long, long ago, before he lost all his friends and was driven away, alone, and crept down, down into the dark under the mountains.
Farm. Oh, plant.
Said Bilbo.
Mushrooms.
Until he found out more about the creature, whether he was
And
good
mushrooms.
enough, whether he was fierce or hungry, whether he was a friend of
And
the goblin.
Sunyon. And Sunyon.
He said, because he had not time to think of a riddle.
Needs light.
Gollum hissed.
So this needs light. And these are growing. Okay. We'll check those later.
It's taller than trees. Up, up it goes.
So do we want to build a base where this shadow's growing?
said Bilbo.
Mountain, I suppose.
How do we get rid of the shadow? That's the question.
A competition with us, my precious.
Rebuild the damaged monument?
Asks, and it doesn't answer. Rebuilds it, my precious.
Monuments to Durin raises spirits. What?
It does what it wants, eh? We shout it.
Monuments to Durin raise spirits. There is more to this monument than just history and honor. Now that it has been rebuilt, it drives away darkness and despair with hope and courage. Shadow dare not approach it.
30 white horses.
Ooh. Start singing?
They champ, then they stamp, then they stand still.
The world was young, the mountains green, no stain yet on the moon was seen.
That moves.
Words were laid on stream or stone when Durin woke and walked alone. He named the nameless hills and dells. He drank from yet untasted wells. He stooped and looked in mirror and saw a crown of stars appear as gems upon a silver thread above the shadow of his head.
Are you saying bye? Or are you saluting the song?
Durin wakes from sleep.
A monument of Durin the Third. It's such a Durin the Third who shut the door in Sauron's face. Ah, if only he had woken from Erebor and Dale needed him. Durin the Third, King of Khazad-dûm, late Second Age. In memory of Durin, yes. Oh, the shadow went away. Yeah. That's cool. Okay, so that's how we get rid of the shadow. Where did Durin's return? A patron of grand and beautiful craftsmanship, for whom the doors of Durin were made, a kindly king, a reign of friendship with men and elves under the mountain's shade. He is Durin the defender, protector of our king, who shut out the shadow, for its realm shall not fade. That's cool. Okay. So let me Undaunted. The power of Durin flows through Khazad-dûm. Bonus to stamina, health, energy. Cures despair. Okay, I think we found our new base. I think we found our new base. So we have... We got a shit ton of energy now. Yeah, we do. Okay, so let's build a base here. Where shall we build our hearth? Should we build it over... Should we build it over there? Should we build it back here? I need somewhere where I can build and block off these entrances, probably, huh? So it's probably gonna be... I don't want to build it in the middle, but it probably would be best suited in the middle, or maybe in this room. Yeah, let's do that. Health. Oh, hammer. Okay, so let's knock this down. There was a hearth in the higher building on our world. You didn't see one, right? I didn't see one. Let me check again. I didn't see one up there. Unless I'm looking wrong. Right? Because... Okay, he's chasing me. Is it maybe up more? Yeah, there's no hearth up here. There's just a chest. Right? That's the wood thing. There's a stove. So this is like the kitchen area. Was that a brewery station in the lower thing? Probably a little different. Yeah, okay. It is a little different. So that's good. Okay, just want to make sure I wasn't fucking missing anything. Okay, so let's clear these enemies out. I just need enough to build so I can make food, rest, all that good stuff. There's nothing up here. Cloth scraps and fragments. Okay. Nothing there. Nothing over here. Okay, so this is where I'm going to build my hearth. Let's destroy our axe. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Wood scraps. Okay, let's build, if we can. Our stone hearth we can't. We need coal. Fuck. Okay, we have no coal. So let's get back. Okay, so this is what we'll do. We'll come back here. This is already marked on our map, right? Yeah. Shortcut to mines. So we'll go back here. We'll go back home. And then when we get back on, we'll build a base camp there. Bone cold. That's not good. It's good that it's like a straight shot, pretty much. Recovering. So that's ore to the right. We can keep going straight. We'll bank a left. Up through here. Okay, we can't bank it left. Yeah, we can. Okay. Let's honor our dwarven brethren. Hero spirit. What is that? Wood? Oh, take that, hero. Okay, let's go through here. Let's go up here. I think we're looking pretty solid. Okay, let's repair. Repair. We got enough metal fragments, we're fine. We have, let's place carvings. We have 3 so far. Place 3 there. Let's go up here. That'll be a nice little second base for sure. Let's put some shit away. Put this away. We can put that away later. Put that away. Put that away. Sunning away. We have wood. Scraps. Let's keep the wood actually. We're gonna put it at the other area. Eventually we might move all this. But we'll see. So I need coal. Let's just get all the coal. Coal there. Coal there. That there. That there. Wood's fine. Metal fragments. Let's hero taken. Let's put that away. We can leave probably our hammer. Well, no. Let's leave. Let's grab our hammer here. I hear some destruction in the distance. Let's grab this. Let's craft. There. This, I can make gloves now. Let's craft those. Put those on. Let's make some food. Let's do, we're going to do 1 medley. And we'll do, oh, we can't. Okay. Let's just do 2 medley. I'll eat 2 because I'm fat as fuck, boy. Oh. Over here. Put this here. Deposit all iron ingots. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to transfer all this stuff over. Let's rest, eat, and we'll... Glad to see you. And we'll head off for the day. I think we got quite a bit done. I love our new base camp. Or this base camp. And I love our new location. That shit looks disgusting. Okay. That's destroyed. Let's grab iron ingots. Add to queue. Let's keep. Pump this shit out. And then once we get our map stuff running, we'll be able to transfer easily between both. I don't know how that works yet, but... Okay. And that's where we're going to head off for the day. Thank you, Psychotic, for popping in. Appreciate you, bud. Thank you for anybody else. I did see a few people lurking, so thank you, anybody who lurked. I'm probably going to post this up on the YouTube as well. Just some fun time returning to Moria. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, great evening. I don't know when I'm going to be back on. I think I'll probably play this a few more times before I get back on Baldur's Gate. I got to figure out a schedule. My work schedule just came in, so I got to figure something out. But anyways, take it easy, Psychotic. Tell the missus I said hi, and have a good one.